to play an O-line. Like I say, Drew Dixon's new at quarterback. Got a lot of underclassmen, but our O-line is pretty experienced. We got Bo Harrell coming back at center. Some of those are Jaden Munger will be a back as well. So got some familiar faces, but also a lot of fresh ones. And different team talk about the offense. Switching to a new defense and kind of a 3-4 type style. So be a new look. Should be exciting. Let's can't wait to see the product on field, Tom.
All right, so a lot of people making their way here into Ron Green Stadium. We're going to take a brief break and be back with more of the Bill Schufert Heating and Air pregame show. As always, Burns Football brought to you by West End Sales. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Back to school time means cold and flu season is just around the corner. Before it invades your home, see Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville or the Falston Pharmacy for your cold and flu remedies and preventatives. And in Falston, get your Burns, Bulldog, caps, and T-shirts. And check out the grill at Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And use their convenient drive-through windows at both locations. Medical Center Pharmacy, 607 East Academy Street in Cherryville, and the Falston Pharmacy, Highway 18 North in Falston. DeRisi Power Sports wants to wish the Burns Bulldogs good luck during this year's football season. DeRisi Power Sports is your go-to for ATV and UTV parts, services, and accessories. If your ATV needs service, bring it on in. DeRisi Power Sports is not just for professional ATV riders. If yours is in need of minor service, like a tune-up, oil change, or any other service, bring it on in. DeRisi Power Sports will service it at affordable pricing at expert service. DeRisi Power Sports, 4225 Falston Road, or call 704-638-3512. Go Burns Bulldogs. Is your garage door not operating correctly, or it may be completely broken? If so, call Cleveland County Garage Doors. Cleveland County Garage Doors is family-owned and operated, where you get honest and dependable service. They offer great deals on door-link garage doors, and service calls start at $75. Just call C.J. Waters at Cleveland County Garage Doors for service and installation. Call 704-472-9367. Again, 704-472-9367. And see them on Facebook at CC Garage Doors.
Welcome back to the Bill Schufert Heating and Air pregame show. As always, Burns Football brought to you by West End Sales. Crest Chargers jogging out on their side of the field. Burns not on the field currently. They've gone in the locker room. Both teams should be out here in just a little bit. Kickoffs slated for about 7:30. So both teams probably going to go put the pads on, come out about 7:20. We're going to have a football game, Matt.
Absolutely looking forward to it. Like I say, county rival. New conference this year, so it'll be a few different teams, a few of the same teams as well. But, we're not used to opening with a big game like this against Crest. So, but like I say, I'm sure the guys are hyped and ready to go, and they're always excited to play in these games.
Years ago, we did open up with Crest, and then it went away for a while. Like we were in the same conference as Crest, and then it went away, and it was like this. But then it seemed like it was a little bit later in the season, and now it's kind of switched back. Mm-hmm. And the reason why, like if you wonder why we're playing like a team like Crest out of the gate, well, you've got Crest. If you're Burns, you got Crest this week. You got Kings Mountain next week. And then on the week after Labor Day on 9/5, you got East Gaston. And that's conference. East Gaston, Lincolnton, Bessemer City, West Lincoln, Stuart Kramer, Cherryville, Highland Tech, and Shelby. That's your conference. And you just don't have a lot of room for a lot of non-conference games. So you play your two in-county rivals, mm-hmm. and then Shelby's in-county in the conference. So you just don't really have, room for a Alexander Central mm-hmm. or a Forest View or some of the teams that we've played in the past. So it's going to be in the county, and that's it. Now the good news is we don't have to travel very far. Mm-hmm. Most of these games are one county over. All these games are one county over or in county.
And
so
the first
four
close. Games are at home, too, so you got to advantage
That's
of that.
right. So you have Crest at home, Kings Mountain home, East Gaston home, Lincoln at home. Then we go to Bessemer City, but then West Lincoln at home, and then Stuart Kramer on the road, Cherryville at home, Highland Tech, and at Shelby. They may have switched. I can't remember. It seems like maybe one of those has been switched to even it out, because right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 home games versus 4 road games. So I kind of heard tell that maybe one of those might have switched. We'll see. But you're going to be, you're going to enjoy the beginning of the season, but come October, you're going to be road warriors, man. You're at Stuart Kramer, you're at Highland Tech, you're at Shelby. The only one in between is a Cherville game that's at home on the schedule. So new conference. Every time you go to a new conference, it creates some scheduling issues and unbalanced this year with 6 home games, 4 road games.
Yeah, and like I said, not sure what the conference. I think Stuart Kramer is going to be better than what they have been. Lincoln is new and West Lincoln's new, but other than that, some of the, Highland Tech, Shelby, those guys are familiar faces.
Yeah, West Lincoln's produced a lot of good teams in recent years. Lincoln's put some good teams on the field over the years. I'll have to see what Bessemer City has. They won a playoff game last year, of course, in the 1A, but they won a playoff game. I think a lot of our fans, including Highland Tech, would have liked to see them get in a more competitive conference for them, but they're in our football conference again, and we have talked on our Saturday morning show, and if you'd like to listen in, we talk a lot about high school football Friday night, the postgame show with Kevin and Dennis and the gang back at the studio. You could tune in there. We talk a little bit about Saturday morning during football season, but a football-only conference would be a good thing.
Yeah.
They just won't do it. It's North Carolina. It's the common sense thing to do. So we just don't do that. So.
There's not going to be as many just easy games this year. You can maybe say Highland Tech, say Cherville maybe, but like I say, Stuart Kramer's better. East Gassens usually puts together a pretty decent squad. So we can't look ahead too far. We got to focus on Crest tonight, but that's kind of what's coming up with the season and conference play.
Yeah. So just looking at. Crest, some of their starters. I think their leading running back who had 31 touchdowns. I'll confirm that. I think Carson is no longer with the program, and they have had another.
Yeah, he graduated.
Right.
I think he went to Colgate. I think.
Yeah. Okay. He's no longer with the program, and then I thought he might be a junior who transferred out. I'll have to double check, but they do. Like I said, they do have the quarterback situation got a little dicey after Hurricane Helene with the Hamrick coming in and handling some of those duties, and it seemed like.
And he's legit. I think he's a number 2 or 3 quarterback in the state. Obviously going to Virginia.
Yeah.
Got ties to Crest. His daddy, Ryan, played quarterback at Crest and wide receiver at State. He's on the coaching staff this year for them as well. So he's talented for sure. Yeah,
McSwain has moved on and graduated, and. Melton, unfortunately, had a collarbone injury that he suffered in American Legion game. So I know that he's played a little quarterback as well.
And they got some D1 talent. Pluto Surratt, free safety, strong safety, is going to NC State. O-lineman, Lerique Pettis is going to Duke. So, they got some guys that can play.
Well, that's each and every year for Crest with the talent pool is pretty deep and has always been, and plus they have seemed like their roster, they had maybe 50, 55 on their varsity roster, so
and they got
come equipped.
Transfer Majay Thompson from Shelby, so that's got to add that in too.
So you would say Burns is going to have a very good game to play against this very talented Crest team, especially with a lot of newcomers, but starting to gel and talking to the coaching staff, said they had a very, very good practice. Maybe things didn't go their way in the scrimmage last Friday, some things to work out, some internal issues to work out. But the following week, practice was very good. They said Monday was one of the best practices they've had in a long time. So hopefully this team starts to gel and come together at the right time. So we still need to move on and do a little bit more with our pregame show. We do have a player to watch, and let me make sure I get the player to watch. That's brought to you by Beata Home Health Care here in 2025. So why don't you do one, Matt, and then I'll do one. We'll do maybe offense, defense, whichever way you go, I'll go the other way. Do a player to watch, and again, that's brought to you by Beata Home Health Care. I'm
going with Drew Dixon. His first year starting QB in varsity. Didn't play last year. He played QB up until the year before, and he was a JV quarterback. New system. He's very talented. Obviously, he's all conference baseball player. We're all we're all familiar with Drew. Just it'll be a learning curve. Get here, learn his repetitions and get going. But I think a lot of it's going to key on Drew and how he plays tonight.
And they said, Romello Wells has also played a little quarterback, played a little bit last year. I think he's going to see some time at slot tonight. And it wouldn't be surprising. I talked to some of the coaches to see multiple players get an opportunity depending on the situation. Maybe some different formations, maybe a wildcat type thing, or some different things that they're going to try at the quarterback position. But I think Drew is a good one to watch. He's an outstanding baseball player. As you said, he's played football. Actually, he was a place kicker for a couple of years ago.
I think I saw him punting during warm-ups here, so he might be doing that too.
So, he's a multi-talented athlete, comes from an athletic family. Big brother's playing baseball at Gardner-Webb. So to see how he holds up, I mean, I'll tell you what, man, no tune-ups. When you come out of the gate and you got Crest on week 1. So that's a good one to watch. Again, brought to you by Beata Home Healthcare. And on the defensive side of the ball, I'm going with number 0, Max Davis, the junior, who is really kind of the spark plug for a lot of times both sides of the ball.
I was going to say offense and defense. You could have made a play for him for offense.
Or defense. And I think he's going to see a lot of time carrying the ball. He is one of those ones that's going to have to start and go both ways. He's another one of these baseball player kind of all-around athletes. I'm glad to see the baseball players playing football. Glad to see Drew and Max are out there playing a little football. So I think that you got to, if Burns wants to stay in this game and they want to have a chance to win this game, that the defense has got to get some stops. You got to find a way to get some stops. And Max Davis and his energy and his leadership on the defensive side of the ball is going to be critical to that tonight. So he is my defensive player to watch. Once again, brought to you by Beata Home Healthcare. So got our players to watch. We're going to be back in just a minute. We'll talk a little bit more about the new look Bulldogs. And then working towards our Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoff, which should be around 7:30. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Bill Shuford Heating and Air pregame show, and as always, Burns Football, brought to you by West End Sales.
It's the Slingshot Showstopper sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Get up to $3,000 customer cash on remaining 2024 models, plus 15% off accessories. Plus, it's the all-out summer sales event on all Polaris models with up to $4,000 off 2024 models and financing at 0% for up to 60 months. And save big on the Suzuki King Quad ATVs with 0% financing for up to 36 months or $1,600 in customer cash. At Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
It's the 101st Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Plan now to bring the family out for a big night of fun. Entertainment includes the Majestic Spectacular Thrill Show, Canines in Flight, the High-Flying All-American Frisbee Dogs, the Magic of Lance Gifford, Act Monsters Chainsaw Art, and the Demolition Derby. And Right Off for Rides will be back with over 40 exciting rides. And, of course, the many food vendors, games, livestock, and other attractions. The 101st Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Y'all come. It'll be fun.
Just want to take a minute to recognize the band this year, brought to you by Wright's Jewelry right there in Falston. Go see them if you need a class ring, engagement ring. You need some sparkly gold stuff to give your sweetheart at Christmas. Go see our friends down there at Wright's Jewelry, and Jennifer will take care of you. Look at band out there. Don't have their uniforms yet, do they?
Maybe they haven't been ordered yet. Who knows?
Yeah, do not have their uniforms on yet because it's probably just too hot for those wool.
It's actually not quite as hot as I thought it would be today. So
No.
they kind of caught a break with that.
We've been very lucky in August. We've had a few hot days. We had that 100-degree stuff, but a lot of times this time of year, man, it's still 90 degrees at kickoff. I think today it'll probably be in the mid-70s. And look how lush the field is because of all the rain.
This field's immaculate, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It looks like an artificial surface. It's so green and thick because of all the rain we've had.
I think they're getting ready to do the national anthem.
Okay, we'll step away. that was the Burns High School Band presenting the national anthem, Junior Air Force Junior ROTC, if I can get it out of my mouth, was out there on the field presenting the colors tonight. So Chief Phillips and Colonel Johnson does a great job with that every year. And thank you once again. We're able to bring you the Burns High School Marching Band because of Wright's Jewelry. So go see them for anything you need, class ring, engagement ring, any of your jewelry needs. Go see them right down there, downtown Fallston. All right, we'll be back in just a couple minutes and continue the Bill Shuford Heating and Air pregame show.
The name DeRisi is a well-known name in Polkville. Joe DeRisi operates 3 auto-related businesses there, including DeRisi Auto Sales and Service at 4606 Polkville Road. Also, DeRisi Body Shop on West Stagecoach Trail. Whether it's an attractively priced used car or maybe you need a tune-up or body work done, Joe DeRisi is the man. Call 960-295-5000 for the pre-owned car and service shop, or 704-538-9956 for the body shop. Like them on Facebook, too. The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose acclimation over cremation. Acclimation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And acclimation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider acclimation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com, with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Bradley's now is a bucket truck. What does that mean? That means they can now install outdoor signs, even outdoor lighted signs. Talk with them about designing, creating, and installing your new sign. And of course, see them for logo designs, vehicle lettering, banners, magnets, trophies, plaques, acrylics, t-shirts, and more. They are now truly your one-stop shop. Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
Now you may see over there to the right as Colonel Johnson was honored with a quilt sponsored by the Spangler Library to honor his years of service. So thank you, Colonel Johnson, for all you've done for our school for a good number of years and all you've done for our country in your military service. So thank you. Just want to make sure that everyone knows what he does and appreciates what he does. Does a lot for the school. And the kids really love him. So he's done a lot for Burns High School and the junior ROTC program. All right, we're at 7:21. We're about 9 minutes away from our Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoff, and much anticipated Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoff. So we'd like to remind our listeners one more time some of the sponsors we'll have tonight. Once again, the Bill Shuford Heating and Air bringing you the pregame show. Our player to watch, which we had Max Davis and Drew Dixon, right, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Brought to you by Beata Home Health Care. Once again, Numbers Bookkeeping bringing you the touchdowns. The scoreboard also brought to you by Wright's Jewelry. PAT, On the Go Quick Lube, presenting our PATs. Halftime show will be brought to you by Parker Farm Service. First Downs, as always, Fallston Pharmacy First Down. I mean, where would we be without that sponsor for years and years?
Yep.
Kickoffs, brought to you by the Jam J's Pizza Factory. And our penalties, remind me of that one, a Putnam Distributors penalties.
Let's hope we don't call that one too much.
Well, call them on Crest.
Yeah.
That'd be fine.
Maybe we'll see a lot of Crest penalties. There you go.
That'd be fine. And they call them on Crest all you want, okay? And the post-game show brought to you by Stamey Funeral Home. Offensive player of the game will be brought to you by Marburger Chevrolet. Defensive player of the game brought to you by Main Street Hardware. Play of the game brought to you by Gutter Guys. And the overall player of the game brought to you by S&R Auto Sales. You know, these guys have waited a long time for this. You've done a lot of preseason. You've done your scrimmages. Man, you're just ready to get on the field and hit somebody at this point. Get the band off the field and let's go.
Absolutely. Well, about 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
I'm sure looking at the chomps to get out there.
Yeah,
so.
I tell you, I mean, you know, you've thought about this day since the last day of the last season.
Yep.
And, Crest had that playoff run where I think they were eliminated by Hickory last year, that very talented Hickory team.
Mm-hmm.
And then Burns exited the playoffs, and was it 2 years ago was Monroe? Sometimes it runs year.
Last year, Monroe, second round. Yeah,
the second round.
And they ended up winning the state. So
Correct. A very, very good Monroe team. But ever since then, you've been thinking about getting out on the field, and nothing better to kick it off than facing your arch rival on week one.
We're going to go see some fireworks tonight. I don't know if we're doing that this year or not.
I think they have it set up, so we don't miss it. Let's go ahead and take one more minute and a half break, and then we come back. We'll see if we got our traditional fireworks display over there on the left side that we've had for the past few years. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Bill Schubert Heating and Air pregame show. And as always, Burns Football brought to you by West End Sales.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Costner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Costner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Costner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today. Compassion, excellence, and reliability. Those three words best describe Bayada Home Health Care, a nonprofit serving Cleveland, Gaston, Lincoln, and Rutherford counties with assistive care services in the comfort of your own home. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they've been doing this since 1975. When it comes time, take the time and call Bayada Home Health Care in Shelby. Call 704-669-4000 or visit them online at bayada.com, located at 1105 Suite 3 on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Main Street Hardware in Lawndale is your one-stop shop for everything you'll need to prepare your yard for the growing season. Seed, mulch, pine bark, spreaders, and more. And they carry the best Case knives, Milwaukee tools, Georgia boots, Valspar paint, and Red Max yard equipment, plus rocking chairs. But don't take our word for it. Head to Main Street Hardware, 356 East Main Street in Lawndale. Open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Find them on Facebook too.
All right, here come the captains. Let's see if we can get those captains identified. We got 13, 2, and 12.
We got Justin Porter for Burns, Evan Donaldson, and Drew Dixon. And for Crest, we got 7. That's Donovan Walton. Let's see. Can't see the rest of them.
You got 7.
That's number 8. That's Nehemiah Parker. And 2 more that can't see yet.
Hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the name on the back of the jersey, that's earned by coming to all the off-season stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of one of the things that Coach Devine put in. You kind of earn your way to get to, earning your stripes, for lack of a better word. So, unfortunately, there, Nate Wilson in street clothes tonight. Not sure.
He looks like
was nicked up. And that's always going to happen. Who won the toss?
Burns won and will receive the opening kickoff.
Okay, so Burns won. Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoff coming up in just a second.
Speaking of Nate Wilson, we've got Reggie Logan and Naquan Marble also out tonight. Not sure what's up with that.
Always getting nicked up a little bit in the preseason, man. It's so hard to stay healthy for however many games you play. You're going to play at least a couple of preseason games and 10 regular season, and then in the playoffs too. It looks like we got some fireworks going on, Matt, so we're going to let our viewers see it.
Those captains headed up to the field.
Yep,
got a traditional rundown. Kind of
got to run up that hill.
Reminiscent of Clemson.
So let's see, as they are up on the hill, blue smoke. I can't remember seeing that. And here come the fireworks, Matt. So that answers your question, bud. There we go. So we still have, and there's the school colors and the fireworks.
As Tony Beaver likes to say, the greatest entrance in North Carolina high school football right here.
Well, the greatest we've seen.
We'll go with it.
So we'll go with it. So We're going to get in one more break, and then we'll be back with the Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoff. You're listening to Burns Football and the Bill Schufert Heating and Air pregame show. We'll be right back.
There's no doubt about it. Chevy drives America. And in Shelby and Cleveland County, Marburger Chevrolet sells the fine folks of our area brand new Chevys at the best possible price. Now take a look at a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab truck with a Turbo Max engine. Get 0% financing for well-qualified buyers when you finance with GM Financial. That's a savings of $10,143 for current Chevy owners. Come in for all the details. See yours today at Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
All right, so Burns will receive the Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoff, and we'll see if we can get who's back deep to receive.
Yep, Crest will be going, Burns will be going right to left across your screen. We'll call that towards the south.
And happy anniversary to Mark and Barbara Southard, loyal listeners. 41 years together. You don't see that too often anymore. Congratulations on making it 41 years.
So we got Robert Rankin, Romello Wells, and Max Davis back deep for Burns.
Okay.
2025 season getting ready to kick off.
So 92.
For Crest, that is
Crest.
Carson Greer.
So Greer going to kick it off for Crest. And Ryan Sisk's grandma's tuning in from back in Pennsylvania. So, yes, we will have video of all the home games.
Looking forward to another good year out of Ryan.
Yeah.
Came in last year as a freshman. Expect to see big things out of him this year in sophomore season.
All right, so it's teed up in Greer. Moment's finally here. Greer takes a couple of steps towards the football. Shoe meets leather. Good kick. It's deep, and they're going to bring it out. No, you can't. You can't bring it out. I don't think you can bring it out of the end zone in high school. So it's going to de facto come out to the 20-yard line, and it'll be a Falston Pharmacy first down for Burns. So let's see what Drew Dixon has as he makes his debut as a starting quarterback for the varsity football team. And I tell you what, a lot of butterflies got to be going in that young man's stomach.
Absolutely. Big-time game to start your varsity career, that's for sure.
So he'll start out in the shotgun, one wide receiver left, one to the right, two to the left. Single back set, I think that's Davis. And he almost got a Crest
trying
to
to get
jump.
him to flinch.
So Dixon communicating over there with the coaching staff, now drops back again, claps the hands, has the snap, bobbles it a little bit. Davis in the middle, not much there. He'll be knocked down, maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, try to take it right up the middle. I think 26 for Crest. That is Wisnant on the stop. I think they're going to give him a yard on the play to bring up 2nd and 9 for Burns.
And also thank you, Barbara Murray, for listening in. Some of our old Burns folks listening in. I know they've been waiting a long time for football season to come back, but 2nd and 9 here. As the little bobble, might have disrupted the timing on that play just a little bit. 2nd down 9, Dixon has it, rolls right, going to throw it, still rolling, fires, caught, little dance move, and then put down after a gain of about 6.
Nice looking pass right side. That's Romello Wells.
He's number 1,
Number 1, yeah, and he also will be the backup quarterback. May see him at some point at quarterback, but good little pass there, flushed out right for Drew Dixon.
I'm going to give him a gain of 6. So big 3rd down here, 3rd down and medium, 3rd down and 3.
Yeah,
so it'd be nice to convert here and keep the football away from that Charger offense.
Absolutely.
So that's got to give the young quarterback a little confidence there. Or I shouldn't say young, he is a senior, or just getting some experience.
Yep.
And it's going to be Davis. Little crease there through the middle, fights his way, and it probably about 2 yards short. So it'll be probably punting time for Burns.
There's a hard-fought couple yards there. I thought he might break that one to the last second, but he's going to be about a yard shy. So let's see what Burns does. Looks like they probably will bring the punt.
They're going to give him 2. They're going to give him 2.
And I think Dixon will be doing the punting duties. So he's going to stay out on the field there.
So tough. Burns comes up a yard short, and a 3-and-out is going to be forced. They only keep the ball a couple of minutes. And that's what you didn't want as a Burns fan. You didn't want short possessions and turn the ball over to the high-powered Crest offense. Ball's high, snap. Dixon comes out, left foot into it, end-over-end kick. Bounces at the 39, takes a big bounce.
Pretty good kick.
And it's all the way down to the 26-yard line. So 24 plus 21, that's a 45-yard punt.
Yeah, pretty good net yardage there for Drew Dixon, the lefty kicker. I didn't see that coming. So, yeah, not bad starting field position for Crest. Let's see what this Bulldog defense can do to start the season here.
So with 9 minutes and 41 seconds left to go, no score on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard as the Charger offense comes on the field. And number 0, which seems to be getting more popular here with the kids these days.
That's Ryan Hammer.
Yeah.
Or
his son.
Eli Hammer.
Yeah, Eli rolls right, getting a little pressure, makes a little move, over the middle, pass complete, first down and more. And he's breaking free, and he's in the clear. 40, 30, maybe an angle on him there. Won't have it. He'll go in for the touchdown. One play and a 74-yard touchdown by, that's number 1,
That's,
isn't it?
the Shelby transfer, Majay Thompson. Yeah, caught him out in the flat there in the middle, wide open. Took it in pretty well untouched for the touchdown for Crest.
So that's a 16-second touchdown drive. Only took one play, and just like that, after that numbers bookkeeping touchdown, Greer on for the on-the-go quick lube extra point.
And that's something we're going to have to do a better job of preventing the big play. They definitely have that ability.
So snap, hold, kick, good. 7-0 on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. Crest strikes first. We'll be right back.
Oakwood Homes of Shelby announces their Go Big and Go Home sale. These prices are a big deal. Just listen to this. Now at Oakwood Homes in Shelby, you can buy a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home for only $99,000. That's right, only $99,000 for a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home. Also ask about land home packages and move-in ready homes. That's Oakwood Homes of Shelby, 1839 East Dixon Boulevard. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Online at oakwoodhomesofshelby.com.
Not much of a drive summary there. One play, started from the 23-yard line, 77-yard touchdown to Thompson as Hamrick extended the play, found Thompson in the middle of the field, and Thompson did the rest.
Well, like I say, if Coach Devine, you're going to tell you guys not to panic. That's just one drive. Learn from it, move on, put that behind you, and let's see if we can advance the ball, get some positive yards, get the ball downfield this drive.
Well, that's what I was talking about. You want to sustain drives at 3 and out, hurt their chances, and Greer foot into it. Big kick again
into
the end zone again for another touchback. So Burns, for their second possession, they will again start on the 20. So they'll take it with 9:25 left to go in the first quarter. 7-0 on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard, as both those Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoffs have been put in the end zone by Greer. I mean, that's a weapon.
Yeah, he's been putting it deep for sure.
He's a big old kid, though. He looks like a defensive lineman.
And I think they got him listed as one, but
I'm sure he is. So Burns will take it from the 20-yard line, and Dixon in the shotgun, and that's Davis with him, a little pistol set. 2 wide receivers, extra blockers over on the right. And the ball's going to be a little counterplay to the left, and Davis has it. He's at 20s to the 25. And let's see, he's up to the 27-yard line, so that's a rush of 7 yards. Sets up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, took the little sweep left. Good little seal block on the outside there to free up Davis for some good positive yards. Good run there for Max Davis.
I think it was a good job of disguising. A lot of the beef was over there on the right side, and they did a little, counter to the left. And Davis did the rest, got around the corner.
Got Isaiah Baldwin over there on that left tackle. Got a good block there.
2nd down 3. So first down is premium here as Dixon claps the hands, and he'll give it to Davis. Davis looking for a seam, and he's stacked up. Let's see where they spot it. And it looks like he's going to be about a yard short.
They're going to give him about a yard and a half or so. Took it straight up the middle, bring up 3rd down and about 3 to go on the field.
So he's got about a yard. It's about 3rd and 1.
I mentioned some of those O-line. We got Jaden Munger out there. Bo Harrell, of course, at center. Jesse Bryant. Give those O-linemen some recognition here.
Well, they need to get us a little push here. We really need to keep this football. I tell you what, if we don't get it here, I might consider taking 2 cracks at it. As play clock at 8, they might have to call a timeout. Play clock down to 5, 4, 3, 2. Did they have to call a timeout? So we'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
When the summer turns brutal, your tractor better bring the heat too. Horsepower Heatwave is here at James River Equipment, starting with the John Deere 3043D with loader. Built with 43 horses of pure grit, ready to move, lift, and muscle through the worst of summer. Right now at James River, get yours for $19,999 cash or just $299 a month. No frills, no fluff. Just horsepower that doesn't sweat. The Horsepower Heatwave is on, only at James River Equipment.
James River Equipment Company, Highway 180 North in Shelby. For nearly 50 years, the K family at Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service in Shelby have been taking care of your bookkeeping and income tax needs in Shelby, Cleveland County, and the surrounding area. They feature a staff of enrolled agents and experienced tax professionals. Make sure you get every advantage you deserve. That's Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service, 707 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Give them a call at 704-484-2783. Online at numbersofshelby.com. They are there for you.
3rd and 1 now for the Bulldogs as Drew Dixon comes under center. And he's going to sneak it himself. Goal line gets a push. He's still got it. There he goes. 40, 50. They're probably, 40, 30. Can they run him down? 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. That's a Numbers Bookkeeping touchdown on a quarterback sneak by Drew Dixon, who pops out of there. And I thought they was going to run him down, but I tell you what, he used the speed in the open field and took it all the way to the house.
What a play, Drew Dixon. You don't see that a lot of times on a quarterback sneak. Crest didn't have no secondary defense. They had all the guys on the box. And Drew Dixon brought past them all the way in for a touchdown. Them boys are hyped out there.
That is a 71-yard touchdown.
That's just what this Bulldog offense needed.
So 2 explosives with 77-yard touchdown for Crest and a 71-yard. How about that for your first varsity start?
Wow.
So
he had to break away speed, too, to get away from those guys.
Extra on the go, quick lube. Extra point is good by Sisk. That made his grandma proud. We'll be right back. Tie score on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. We'll be right back.
On the Go Quick Lube in Boston is not just oil changes, they have tires for all cars with names like GT Radio, Hankook, and Toyo, plus interstate batteries and wiper blades. Of course they do oil changes featuring Castrol, Motorcraft, and Rotella diesel oil, and they carry diesel truck fuel filters. Plus they're an official North Carolina inspection station. For quick service with competitive pricing and professional technicians, head over to On the Go Quick Lube today. 3716 Falston Road, Highway 18 north of Shelby, and go Burns Bulldogs. Planning a funeral service can be a very difficult process for families who have just lost a loved one. Celebrating lives and healing grieving hearts is the theme for the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Falston. It's important to them to provide those who are grieving with a supportive environment in which they can begin to find closure, say goodbye, and come to terms with their loss. Find out more today. Visit them online at StameyTysingerFuneralHome.com or give them a call at 704-538-8631. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center, 846 East Stagecoach Trail in Falston.
Well, if you've not been with us long, you've missed 2 explosive plays, a 77-yard touchdown by Thompson for Crest, and then a 71-yard touchdown run by Dixon.
On a quarterback
sneak on a 3rd and 1. And just like that, it's 7-7 on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. And Sisk, little pooch kick, and it's going to be fair caught at the 38-yard line. So that's where Crest will start their second possession with 8:16 left to go on the clock. And like I said, they've only run 1 offensive play for 77 yards.
So let's see if we can put together a 3-and-out, force a 3-and-out for Crest. Get the ball back here.
Well, they did put a little bit of pressure on Hamrick
Yeah, they got to him, but he did a good job flushing out.
Does a good
job.
Open
man.
Does a good job seeing the field. And this time it's going to be a little counter play, right side, breaking tackles. He'll have a first down. It's number 24, Matt.
That's Malachi Gamble. Took it left. I think it's going to be enough to move the chains close to midfield, about the 49.
Yeah, they're going to give him
their own 49-yard line.
I think 12 because they started on the 38. They're going to give him 11 yards on that.
Gamble should be their primary ball carrier this year, just by looking at some of their tape.
Crap, wrote
As
that
a junior.
place. Okay. So first down and 10. That's our first Falston Pharmacy first down, but everything's been big plays.
Yep.
For Crest, 77 yards and now 11 yards, so hopefully need a negative play. A nice tackle for loss, kill their offensive momentum a little bit, or at least tamp it down.
Is that 3-4
and then
defense?
Hamrick's got the ball, and he'll take it himself, left side, through a crease. There he goes. He's got a big chunk play, and he's got 9 more yards before he's taken down.
Close to another first down. That's brought down by Justin Porter for Burns. I think he's going to be about maybe a foot shy or something like that, up to about the 42 of Burns.
So 2 runs, 1 of 11, 1 of 9, 20 quick yards here. And I'll tell you what, Burns has got to find a way to get a negative play. Second down and 1, playbook's wide open.
See if they try to run it up the gut here.
So we got double wide receivers right, 1 to the left, and Hamrick takes 1 step back, now 1 step forward. Has the football.
Gamble.
Gamble again through a crease. There he goes. Big chunk play again. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, so that's 15 more and another Falston Pharmacy first down.
Yeah, as I expected, just took it right up the middle, enough to move the chains, as you said, about the 27. Clock rolling, 6 minutes, 50 seconds left in this first quarter.
So down to the 27-yard line, and Hamrick in the shotgun again. Double wide receivers left, 1 to the right. And takes a look around. Puts a man in motion, and he'll get the football. That's 2, and it string him out nicely this time. Almost had it for a loss. Now they do have it for a big loss. Who got that tackle?
That was
27.
27. That is Robert Rankin. Good job.
So that's what Burns needed, is a tackle for loss, and that was 2.
And that was Michael Edwards, the
Michael
runner.
Edwards, okay.
And that's what we were told. That we might see him some of these little sweep passes, little jet sweep pop passes, just like that. So good job, Robert Rankin, for stopping him behind the line of scrimmage.
So that's the first tackle for loss for Burns on the 2025 season. Hamrick in the shotgun again. Play action pass, has all day to throw it. Now getting a little pressure, rolls to his left. Still looking at it hard. He is sacked back at the 37-yard line. Who got that? 17.
That's 17. That's Colton Pryor. Big-time play coming in from the cornerback spot to make the big sack on Eli Hamrick.
So it looked like he lost.
A loss of 5, and now it's 3rd and 20.
So this is where you got to be tough here. You got to be tough. Don't let somebody slip behind you, as you've had 2 tackles for losses. Rankin, and then 17, Pryor gets a sack. Hamrick just held the ball too long. Initially had a lot of time, and then he's taken down. Double wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Hamrick claps the hands. Now he'll roll to his right. He's got some time, still rolling. Now pressure coming in. He's able to beat him to the corner. Throws. Man was open, but off his fingertips, out of bounds. And that's incomplete. And that will bring up 4th down.
Let's see if Crest wouldn't be surprised, given the field position, to see them go for it.
They're at the. You could pooch punt. It's out of field goal range. You could pooch punt or go for it. They're at the 37-yard line, and it looks like the offense will stay on the field.
How about that sack with Colton Pryor?
Well, that's big.
Came out of nowhere. We all know that Pryor name here at Burns.
Yeah.
He's a cousin of Kawan Pryor. I've seen him a lot in the weight room this offseason. He's been putting in a lot of work. And sophomores got a bright future here at Burns.
And Hamrick back out on the field. This is where you really got to make sure you get a turnover on downs. Hamrick's going to roll right, still rolling right, looking, got some time, now under a little pressure. Throws it up for grabs into a host of defenders. Let's see if it's intercepted. Who's got the football?
I can't tell.
It's caught by a Crest receiver.
Oh, man.
Holy cow. Number 2 for Crest comes down with it.
How lucky,
Michael Edwards
how
comes.
lucky can you get? That's 3
Michael
Burns guys
Edwards
there.
comes down with it.
Man.
And I got to get the yardage on that pass. Holy cow.
What a lucky play.
He just threw it up for grabs.
Man.
I couldn't tell whether it was intercepted
I honestly
or not.
thought at first it might have been intercepted, but now Crest is in a goal line defense or offense. Burns is going to take time, I think.
So, timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll be right back.
There might be other Coyote tractor dealers in the area, but there is only one that stands above the rest, and that's Weston Sales in Vail. There's a reason they have been one of the top-selling Coyote tractor dealers in America today. Some reasons could be quality of service, friendly people, and yes, price. They will not be undersold on a new Coyote tractor. There's one waiting for you, Coyote and Weston Sales, synonymous in the tractor industry today. See them at 110 Highway 18 North in Vail, online at westonsales.com. Like them on Facebook too. Oliver's Hardware and Garden Center in Shelby is not just a hardware store, but a real general store, carrying items like feed and seed, hay, pine needles, and straw. Oliver's Hardware has just received the new Turtle Box Ranger, a smaller radio with a huge sound, along with 45 original Turtle Box radios in stock. Oliver's Hardware wishes the Burns Bulldogs good luck this football season. Oliver's Hardware and Garden Center, 3712 Falston Road, Highway 18 North between Falston and Shelby. Online at olivershardware.com. Like them on Facebook too.
And on first down and goal, who is the ball carrier?
I think that's 2. That is Michael Edwards.
So Edwards gets the touchdown after he caught the pass to get him to the 1 yard line. That was just a backbreaker. That's a numbers bookkeeping touchdown.
I mean, if you're Bulldog defense, you did everything you could do. Like I say, he just literally just threw that ball up for grabs. Could have anybody, could have came down with that ball, but man.
So that's going to be an 8-play drive. And from 8:16, I'll get the time on the go, quick lube, extra point. Good. We'll break down the drive when we come back. I'd say on your right Stewart scoreboard, it's 14-7 Crest. We'll be right back.
Since 1968, Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs has been serving this area with a full line of automotive products, including oils, transmission fluids, antifreeze, filters, chemicals, parts, and supplies for all types of automobiles and trucks, with many brands to choose from. They sell to individuals or wholesale. Just visit the walk-in counter. Putnam Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive off Highway 180 south of Shelby. Call 704-487-9395 or visit the website at putnamdistributors.com. Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs, offering quality automotive parts and supplies for over 50 years.
We're back. Tough break for the Bulldogs as the key play on that drive was on 4th down and 19. Edwards for Crest pulls one out of the air and gets to the 1 yard line, finished it off himself from 1 yard out.
Hey, if you're Burns, you got to be pleased with how your defense played that drive.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's essentially a Hail Mary to kind of up for grabs there.
Yeah, an 8-play drive. It took 3:38 off the clock. So Greer, foot into the ball, and another deep kick, and 3 kickoffs and 3 touchbacks. Pretty impressive by Greer so far.
So Burns, again, will start on their own 20. Let's just see what Drew Dixon and company can do on this drive.
So it's been just explosive play after explosive play for both teams. Well, I should say chunk plays and explosive plays for Crest. They did get some chunk runs, but then the sack and the tackle for loss and the incomplete pass, you had to love where you were at 4th and 19, but just a backbreaker. Let's see if they can get up off the canvas and strike back as they now trail 14-7 on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. Dixon under center, and he'll give it to Davis, and Davis tries to pick his way, but he's met in the hole and driven backwards, no gain.
Yeah, straight up the middle this time, nothing much doing. Crest stacking that box there pretty good. So we got Donaldson checking back in for Burns.
5th carry for Davis, not much to show for it. He's got 12 yards as the Crest defense has been pretty stingy, except for that one breakaway by Dixon. they've done a pretty good job on the ground, and the only other ball carrier has been Davis. Runs of 1 yard, 3 yards, did have one for 7, 2 yards, and there no yards.
Dixon back in the shotgun.
So 2 wide receivers right. Dixon's got the football. He'll roll to the right, still rolling to the right. Now looking, throwing, and that one.
Batted down.
Yeah, incomplete.
Had a couple Chargers in pursuit. Got rid of the ball, deflected. Not sure if he had an intended target. Flushed out pretty good. Luckily, I was able to get rid of that ball. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Burns.
So this is what you don't want. You don't want to be 3rd and long, and you don't want 3 and outs, as they actually probably gave Davis a slight loss on that one carry. It's a ball slightly behind the stripe. And they got to come up with something here. 3rd down and 10.
See if we throw it again.
So still Davis, the single back set, double wide receivers left. Now coming in motion, and a little fake to him, but incomplete, off the hands of the intended receiver. Not sure who that was. That was 2.
A little screen pass intended for Donaldson there. Pretty well covered on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down for Burns.
So unfortunately, 3 possessions for Burns, and 2 of them have been quick 3 and outs. And now you got to turn the ball back over to this high-powered Crest offense.
And that's Edwards back deep for Crest. And we've got number 4 there as well, and that's Pluto Surratt.
So I think we've got another timeout, maybe. Let's see. So Burns called 2 timeouts, right? They've already called 2.
Now, the last one I think was Crest, actually.
Okay.
So this one, false start, so call on the
So
field.
that's our first penalty of the game, brought to you by Putnam Distributors for either team.
Pretty good so far. Normally the first game, we see quite a few. But Dixon's back deep almost in his own end zone. Let's see if he can get this one away.
So snap a little high, but Dixon left foot into it. Knuckle ball. Let's see where it lands. It's not going to be returned. It lands at 40 and a little backspin on it, and it's going to be downed in Crest. All kinds of penalties come in, brought to you by Putnam Distributors.
Got another one down on the field right now.
We'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, a little pitching wedge, roll back, chip back to about the 35. No indication so far on the call. And the rest taking their time with it.
It looks like it's going to be against the Chargers. Usually is. And they've got a personal foul against the Chargers. Not really explained whether it was an illegal block, but that's a big penalty.
So they're going to force that after the kick, and that'll drop them back all the way into their own territory. They're going to mark it about the 46-yard line. So a little bit of a break there for Burns.
Just as we said, no penalties. Now we've had 2. 1 against each team, but a major penalty against Crest, which adds to that punt. So that'll take it back to the 46-yard line, as Crest now has it for their 3rd possession. Both their first 2 possessions ended in touchdowns. Both big passing plays key on both of their touchdowns. Triple wide receivers to the left as Hamrick has it. They're going to throw it out in the flat, set up a little screen, and there he goes again. And that's I think it's 2 again on the reception.
That's Edwards.
So
a little screen pass, took it downfield, had some blockers, marched down pretty deep in Burns territory.
So from the 46 to the 20, that is a 34-yard reception.
That's pushed out of bounds by Max Davis for Burns.
He's got 2 receptions for 69 yards. Pretty good average. First down, it's a Falston Pharmacy first down. Hamrick has it. Pump fakes, going to throw to the other side. Man is out there. 9 has it. He's to the 10. And then he stood up there, and he gets to the 6. So he's going to have a gain of about 14 and another Falston Pharmacy first down.
That's the tight end, Romeo Sanders, brought down by Evan Donaldson.
So Burns. He takes it from the 20. Is that the 7-yard line he's at?
That's the 7. So that'll be second and goal, looks like.
So he got a pass of 34 and of 16. Of 13 yards. So Hamrick's been he's been advertised to be now trying to run, pick his way. Looks like he's stacked up on 1st and goal.
Looks like he got 2 or 3, maybe 4 yards.
He's definitely inside the 5. I'm going to call it down to the 3. Gain of 4 to be 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, just took it right at him.
So he did have the 1 sack. He's got 3 carries for 8 yards as the clock winds. 2:13 left to go. first quarter on your Rights Jewelry scoreboard as Crest has scored twice, and they're threatening here again. It's ball inside the 5.
That's Jesse Bryant and Gage Camp bringing some beef here on this Bulldog defensive line.
So the Crest got a power formation there. Now they're shifting everybody here, and it looks like, let's see, we got an illegal shift.
Formation, yeah.
Illegal shift, that's a Putnam Distributors penalty. Let's make sure, yep. Procedure penalty against the Chargers, so that'll back them up 5, and it'll be 2nd and goal from maybe the 8 or 9 yard line. Let's see where they put this.
Yeah, you can't do that. They went to the line and tried to shift. Crest is trying to argue their case. The refs
That's not going to happen. Okay, there's a good view from the sideline.
Refs are having a discussion there.
Yeah, we can see our refs having a discussion there. I'm not sure what they're discussing. They've already called the procedure penalty.
I hope they don't try to take it back.
Okay, nope. Offside against. So now they call it.
So that play, the illegal shift didn't count, and it's offside on Burns
so
instead.
It's offside against Burns, so we've got to take away that penalty and add it to Burns as the second penalty, and it will remain 2nd down. So
Coach Devine, coach and staff aren't too happy about that one.
Yeah, so we'll go back to up top action, and let's see if we can get this one from the sideline. Let's see what it looks like, and Hamrick's going to sneak it, power it in, and
he's in for a touchdown.
I think that's a touchdown. That's a numbers bookkeeping touchdown as Hamrick takes it in from 2 yards away. And just like that, it is 21-7, the Chargers. So extra point coming. Charger offense has been prolific tonight. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. On the go quickly coming up. Snap down, kick up, kip good. 21-7. We'll be right back.
Some people say there are doers, and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain. You are not going to believe what just arrived at Parker's Family Feed in Bellwood. Deer blinds, and plenty of them. Heavy duty with 3 windows. Stay warm and cozy in your new deer blind. Available in 4x6 and 6x6 sizes. And Parker Family Feed has all of your deer attractants. And remember them for your pet and livestock feed, fencing, fence posts, and turtle boxes. Parker Family Feed, 121 Carpenters Grove Church Road, Lawndale, off Highway 18 North. Like them on Facebook, too.
Oh, we're back. So 21-7 after that 4-play drive that went 54 yards. Big play again. That's Thompson with a big reception, and Greer does what he does, and 4 kickoffs and 4 touchbacks for the Crest Chargers.
Once again, Drew Dixon and company starting on the 20.
So they've had 1 touchdown and 2 3-and-outs as they take it with 1:51 left to go in the first quarter.
3-and-out last drive, but like I said, they've shown some promises, have been able to move the ball some, and of course that big play by Dixon for the touchdown. So let's see what they can draw up here.
So Dixon starts out in the shotgun, wide receivers left and right, and now we had a new tailback in. We'll see if we can get who that is.
Markalen
Camp. He'll get it. He'll try the middle, and he's wrapped up, and he'll lose a couple.
Yeah, Markalen Camp inside handoff. Not much doing.
What number is he?
Number 4.
That's what I thought.
Camp's another guy. I've seen him work out this summer, this offseason, put in a lot of work.
So
expect to see big things out of him this year.
Unfortunately for Burns, they're behind the sticks again. 2nd and 11. As Dixon looks over to get the play. 1:22 and counting on your Rights Jewelry scoreboard. 21-7 here, and we're still in the first. As Dixon in the gun. Double wide receivers to the right. Mark Halenkamp behind him in a little pistol set. Still giving some instructions from the sideline. Dixon claps the hands, has the football. Play action now pitch. Low confusion on the play, and it's blown up. Ball's on the ground. Did they blow it dead? Did they blow it dead, or is that a fumble? I think their mark is forward progress at the 10. So Burns is going to keep the football.
A little delayed pitch there by Dixon. I think Burns came up with the ball anyway. But, yeah, they're going to mark him dead where he got hit at there, yeah.
Well, 2 carries for Camp, and he's lost 10 yards. So tough going there for Mark Halen here in the
closing down.
They're going to have to run another play. There's still 16 on the play clock.
3rd and 20 on the field.
And Dixon in the shotgun, double wide receivers right. Little pistol set again, and Camp behind him. Dixon's going to roll right, still rolling right. Lets it go into traffic, incomplete.
Yeah, had a guy out there, Romello Wells. Pretty good coverage, though. And I think we got a penalty flag, looks like, on the field. So
all right, so we got a Putnam Distributors penalty. We'll check what that is right at the line of scrimmage. A lot of times that's holding, but we'll see. No indication yet.
Legal man downfield, I think, is the call.
Okay, they're going to decline that. So, unfortunately for Burns, that is the 3rd 3 and out of the first quarter. So they did have the one big play, but now they're going to have to punt again with 12 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And it's been all Chargers, and they've really also dominated field position because Greer's been kicking it into the end zone. Burns hasn't been able to get a first down. They're getting great field position every possession.
Dixon's back to his own end zone this time.
And he'll have it. Left foot into it. Pretty good kick. End over end's going to be fair caught at the 44-yard line.
That's
so
Jason.
Crest will take it 1st down and 10.
Jason Black for Crest on a fair catch. So, like I say, 6 seconds left in this first quarter. Like I say, if you're Burns, you need to stop here if you want to try to stay in this ball game.
So they're going to mark it actually at the 43 where he caught it. And I tell you what, you might say 6 seconds. That's plenty of time for the Chargers to put another score on the board the way they've been able to get the explosives and the chunk plays. Burns does have 2 tackles for loss. Another one here would be very timely as Hamrick comes back in the shotgun. And trying to see who the tailback is. That 24 again?
That's 24. That's
And Hamrick's back, looks over the middle. Oh, we had a defender there that might have could have stepped up and picked it off. That was 13.
That was Justin Porter. Very easily could have came down with that interception.
I think he saw it late.
Yep.
As Hamrick let it go a little late over the middle and put too much air up underneath it. So that'll go down as an incomplete pass. And that's his 8th attempt.
I think Porter was looking to make that big hit. Had he caught that ball, Porter would probably have laid a pretty good licking on him.
So 2nd down and 10. Hamrick's got it. Looked like it moved a little early. They don't call it, and it's Gamble, and he's around the left side, and there he goes again, and he's got another big chunk play. And that'll do it on the quarter. 21-7 Chargers. You're listening to Burns Football, brought to you by West End Sales. Second quarter coming up.
The Make This the Summer event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby. We are putting performance in your hands. Purchase now and get a $2,250 bonus cash allowance. You may be eligible for up to a $10,000 annual tax deduction on interest paid on a new qualifying auto loan on all new 2025 Dodge Durango models. Come on in now for all the details during the Make This the Summer event at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Olmsted Plumbing hopes you're enjoying the summer heat safely. Yes, it's officially summer. Time to plan for longer days and shorter nights. Maybe it's time for you to go plumb crazy and get that outdoor kitchen you've always dreamed of. Or get an outdoor shower for the patio. Or get that yard hydrant closer to the garden. Remember, preventative maintenance can avert a catastrophe this summer. But if you have a plumbing emergency, call the guys at Olmsted Plumbing, 828-245-7302. Online at olmstedplumbing.com. Get back to loving your plumbing and loving your summer.
All right, there's a view from our sideline camera. We'll go back up top, and Crest has it 1st and 10 as the ball at the 25-yard line after that 19-yard run there by Gamble. He's had a lot of success tonight. He's up to 44 yards rushing on just 3 carries. As now Hamrick's in the shotgun again. Gamble beside him. claps the hands, and play action. He'll roll right, still rolling, lets it go, complete, and horse-collared and thrown out of bounds at the 9-yard line. So that's going to be a 16-yard completion and a first down.
Yeah, I think that was 10 maybe for Crest.
Okay.
That was Pettis.
So Pettis on the reception for 16 yards, and that's another Falston Pharmacy first down. And
Brought down by Ty Singer again for Burns. He made that last tackle as
Good
well.
tackle, but unfortunately, ball now first down and goal for the Chargers. And snap is back, and it's going to be Gamble. He's going to go through a little crease. He's still on his feet. He's into the end zone for a numbers bookkeeping touchdown. So he's got 4 carries, 54 yards, and now that touchdown. So it's been tough sledding for the Chargers. For the Bulldogs so far.
Offset formation, took it right up, broke a couple tackles, and like I say, 27-7 Crest.
So that's a 4-play drive that just took 41 seconds and went 44 yards. High snap, Greer gets it down, on to go, quick loop, extra point. I'll break it down for you when you get back. 28-7 on your Wrights Jewelry scoreboard. We'll be right back.
Believe it or not, it's time to start thinking about back to school. And is that vehicle of yours ready for back to school? If not, head to SNR Auto Sales in Shelby for some great back to school deals. Remember, they have buy here, pay here programs that will fit your pocketbook. And no one else in Cleveland County has the variety of vehicles that they have on the lot. Pick yours out today at SNR Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby, online at srautosales.com, and like them on Facebook too. They do it all at McNeely Diesel and Auto on West Grover Street in Shelby, your Napa Auto Care Center. No matter your drivability issue, McNeely Diesel and Auto can help, from an oil change to brakes to a tune-up. And they offer fleet service at very affordable prices. And they cater to fleet and diesel customers. And they have a full wrecker service. If you can't get your vehicle to them, they'll come and pick it up. See Bill McNeely and his ASC certified technicians at McNeely Diesel and Auto, 441 West Grover Street in Shelby. Call 704-487-5192, your Napa Auto Care Center.
And Greer does what he does best, kicks it out of the end zone. I've got a 4-play, 56-yard drive in just 41 seconds, capped off by Gamble's 10-yard TD run. He's up to 64 yards on the day, and I tell you what, it's just been all Chargers. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Burns now on their 5th possession.
See if Burns can get some positive yards. Try to build a little momentum here, so we'll get back in this ball game.
So Dixon in the shotgun, double wide receivers, one left, one to the right.
We got Colton Pryor in the backfield now for Burns.
And Pryor runs into Dixon, little confusion there, and he'll be swallowed up for a loss of 4. What number is he, 17?
17, yep. The sophomore.
So 17, the ball carrier, and that play never had a chance once they ran into each other. And that's what happens when you've got all new running backs, new quarterback, and just some miscommunication, and it's going to take a little while to work out the bugs.
Yeah, it's been running back by committee so far. Pryor staying in the backfield there, so Burns is trying some things here.
So Dixon gets him set, double wide receivers left. He claps the hands, has the football. Pryor tries the right side. Now he's got some room, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. He's up to they're going to get him all the way to the 24-yard line, gain of 8, so that'll bring up 3rd down.
Nifty little move there. Colton Pryor went up the middle, juked it outside for a good positive run. Good play there.
Run of 9 yards. So that's 2 runs for Burns on this one. The first one -4, the second one +9. So we're at 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd down and 5. And if you don't convert here, you're in danger of going to your 4th 3-and-out of the half. So Dixon will back up Pryor just a little bit. Clap the hands. Pryor playing Canadian football that time. That's going to be a procedure penalty. I mean, he started running. He looks like he's playing for the Toronto Argonauts on that one, and they're going to have to back him up, and we're going to do that one again. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, leaned into it just a little bit. A little overeager there.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get people, they want their opportunity, but just a little bit too eager on that when he's throwing his hands up, but you got to wait for the ball to be snapped. You can't do that.
Now, we've seen times out here where it seemed like every play the running back was doing that in some previous years. But
just on that one,
yeah.
that one was pretty obvious.
Some referees will let them get away with it more than others.
Okay, so it's 3rd down and now 10 as Dixon in the shotgun. On his hip is Pryor. He's back. He's got a little time now. He's got time. He's going to let it go. And receiver's out there. And it looks like he was getting mugged, but no call. And that'll be another 3 and out for the Bulldogs.
As pass intended, that's Jorian Ussery. Another sophomore target there. We'll probably be seeing his name called a lot. He's a big, imposing, big, tall wide receiver.
So the offensive struggles for Burns continue as they have had to punt on now 4 of their 5 possessions. 10-17 left to go in the second quarter. Crest 28, Burns 7 on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard.
That's Majay Thompson back deep for Crest.
And a punt by Dixon. End over end's going to roll. And
not a bad punt.
I'll tell you what, it kind of stayed inside. Now
down the
they picked up. And now that's one. Is that Edwards? And he's going to be swallowed up back at the 35 as that ball just would not get out of bounds.
It tiptoed down the sidelines there. Never seen
Thompson,
a punt do that.
Thompson with the football, sorry.
Yep.
So, unfortunately for Burns to go 3 and out, but they do get a nice special teams play there. Crest will take it on their own 38-yard line with 10:03 left to go. So far, they've had 4 possessions. This is their 5th possession. 4 possessions, 4 TDs.
Yeah, Burns desperately needs a stop here, especially since you kind of pin them back in their own territory. It would be huge if they get the ball back and force the 3 and out.
All right, so we got double wide receivers left and right. And thrown over there, caught. I think that's Thompson again, and he's off to the races again. Willowbacks Davis will run him down. Edwards, check that, Edwards. And Davis trips him up at the 22-yard line, but that's 15 plus 25 is 40. That's a 42-yard reception by Edwards?
Yeah, Michael Edwards. Yeah, good play there, Max Davis to prevent the touchdown. Good little chase down tackle there, got him out of the shoestrings.
So 42 yards. I'd say that's number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got 121 yards receiving in just the first half. And Hamrick throws it out. That's Thompson, right? Thompson breaks a tackle. He's breaking free. He's to the end zone. He's in there for a touchdown. That's a 23-yard touchdown. And the route is on as it's 34-7. And we still have 9:36 left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's the Shelby transfer, Majay Thompson. A little screen pass, right. Looks like he had some pretty good blocks.
That's number 1, correct?
That's number 1, yep.
So that was from 24 yards out?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 20. Yeah, maybe
That's
23.
Greer.
24 yards. Greer on for another on-the-go quick loop after that numbers bookkeeping touchdown. And he is now 5 for 5. We'll be right back.
Don't wait till it's freezing cold outside. Now is the time to get your fireplace serviced by Future Energy Company in Shelby. Say you don't have a fireplace? Well, see Woody Padgett and Future Energy Company for all kinds of fireplaces and gas logs. And for those backyard cookouts, check out the Big Green Egg or Grills by Primo and the Broil Master Outdoor Kitchens. Future Energy Company, serving this area since 1983, 130 West Graham Street in Shelby, online at futureenergyco.com.
If you're thinking about purchasing a new mower, then plan a trip to Elliott Supply in Polkville. Elliott Supply has been family owned and operated for over 50 years, and they're now one of the largest Skag dealerships. Their business philosophy is short and simple. Take care of the customer with name brands like Skag, Husqvarna, Echo, Steel, and more. Elliott Supply, 2301 West Stagecoach Trail in Polkville. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5, Saturday, 8 till noon. Online at ElliottSupplyInc.com.
And Greer got his foot into the ball and driven deep. And this one into the end zone. He's coming out to the 15, to the 16, and it's got to be a horse collar tackle. He grabbed the shoulder pads, but no call.
I thought the umpire on the goal line was calling it a touchback. Maybe not.
I guess you can, the momentum carried him back, and the referee saying it was on the shirt, but Burns now, the one time they return it, they're still on the 20-yard line. I thought that was 15 on the return. Was that 15?
I'm not sure. I didn't see it.
Okay, first down and 10 from the 20 with 9:30 left to go here in the second quarter. On your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard, it's all Crest. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns, 35-7 as double wide receivers to the left.
See if Burns puts it in the air here.
And Dixon. And it's going to be Camp. Tries the right side. Bottled up. No gain. Maybe 1.
Yeah,
is that Pryor or Camp?
That's Mark Halen Camp.
Okay.
Yeah,
Camp.
tried to sneak it around that right side, but host of Chargers there to make the tackle. No gain, second and 10 for Burns.
They did. See, they inched it over the 20,
yeah,
so they're going to give him a yard. So it'd be second down and 9. It's just been tough sledding that interior defense for the Chargers, big 74 and 35, if we could say who they are.
That's Paxton Dobbins, and I don't have a 74 on the roster.
I thought it was 74. Maybe the jersey's kind of scrunched up there. Second down 9, and they'll try Camp again, and he's drilled. And he'll be dropped for a 3-yard loss. It'll be third down and 12.
That's 42, Chris Gunner. Not sure why Max Davis isn't in the backfield. He's on the sideline over here, Tom. I'm not sure if he's hurt or what's going on, but
he's playing the whole game.
Normally would see him out there, but he's another one of the two-way players.
Yeah. 8:23 and counting, and ball back. They're going to give him just a 2-yard loss.
Got Mason Brawley out there, wide receiver for Burns.
So third down and 11 as Burns in danger of yet another 3-and-out. Double wide receivers left, one to the right. Man comes in motion. Now Dixon has it, drops back, lets it go, fluttering over the middle, intercepted. Intercepted, and here it comes back, 15, 10. I think that's Pettis on the interception, and he'll bull his way all the way to the 5-yard line.
We got a penalty flag, I think, on the field. Not sure if it's some kind of crackback block or something, but
it's probably it happens a lot. Let's see.
Probably be after the interception.
As Dixon was under pressure and let it go, and what you don't want to do is throw it late over the middle. But at this stage of the game, just trying to make something happen. So the illegal block, the Putnam Distributors penalty, will be from the, let's see here, looks like the 18 or so yard line. They have holding. No, it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. And that will be, I thought, the third against the Chargers. They wiped one out.
Yeah.
That'll be the second against the Chargers for 25 yards total.
It's like we do got a Burns guy down. Looks like probably cramping up or something.
All right, so we'll just take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back.
If your HVAC system has some age, you might consider a new system from Bill Shuford Heating and Air in Shelby. Right now, get 60 months, no interest on qualifying systems for qualified applicants for as low as $89 per month. Bill Shuford Heating and Air sells and services American Standard HVAC systems, which is rated #1 in reliability. Call Bill Shuford Heating and Air at 704-484-0025 to book your appointment. Bill Shuford Heating and Air, 213 Campbell Street in Shelby, online at BillShufordHVAC.com.
All right, there's a view from your sideline camera. Just a little taste of the game there. Unfortunately, if you're a Burns fan, nothing's gone your way so far as it's 35-7. And just threw an interception. Crest in good shape at the 29-yard line. Hamrick has it, and that's going to be, I think, offside against the Bulldogs. Let's see what they call, or maybe somebody flinched on the inside.
False start on Crest.
So, yeah, I guess they were drawn off. So that's going to be the third Putnam Distributors penalty.
They'll take it back to about the 34-yard line.
So 1st down and 15 for this Charger offense. It's really had its way. And the defense has held Burns without a 1st down.
Yeah, I mean, Crest just has so many weapons. You know, there's 3 or 4 guys that's made big plays.
So triple wide receivers right, one to the left, and Hamrick in the shotgun. And he claps the hands, has the football. Now he's dropping back and sets up the screen, and it's caught. And it's going to be thrown. Maybe
Ball's
for
on the
loss.
ground. I think
Is
they
it a
got it.
fumble? It was a fumble. We have the turnover, and finally Crest has stopped 55 with the fumble recovery, Matt.
I think that was Jude Towery who stripped the ball.
Who's 55?
For Burns, the recovery was by Cameron Rudisell, but I think the strip, was Jude Towery. So big break for Burns.
That was 3 on the reception, wasn't it?
3, I think it was Black, yes, for Crest on the reception.
So Black on the reception, and he's going to get credit for, I guess, 0 yards there. We'll see what it looks like. I don't think he got anything. But Burns, something positive there. They get the turnover, and they'll take it over on their own 32-yard line.
Anytime you get a turnover, you want to capitalize on it.
And
nothing else, get the ball downfield and make some positive yards.
And Crest is stopped, and I think we're going to have a timeout, so we'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
For 17 straight years, Via Health Partners has been voted #1 in hospice. There's got to be a reason. Via Health Partners provides exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top concern, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever a patient calls home. Via Health Partners is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting their website at viahp.org. Again, viahp.org. Voted #1 in hospice for 17 straight years. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice of Cleveland County. Is your home or business in need of a new roof or gutters? Look no further than Gutter Guys. Gutter Guys provides complete gutter and roofing solutions in our entire area, and even in Columbia, South Carolina. With over 22 years' experience, Gutter Guys specializes in metal and shingle roofing, seamless gutters, and copper works. If your roof and gutters need some attention, Gutter Guys is here to help you. No job is too big or too small. So give them a call today at 704-879-4384 for Gutter Guys. Serving the Carolinas since 2003.
All right, running play there. Hard hit, but falling forward maybe for a yard. Let's see who the ball carrier was. That was Davis.
Good to see him back in the game. About a 1 yard gain on the play.
So that's going to be about a 2-yard gain. And it's been tough sledding for Davis. 6 carries, only 14 yards. You know, they're rotating their backs.
You got to credit the Chargers defensive
and we got
line.
a ball stoppage here. I don't know if it's an official's timeout or and we got a sideline warning against Crest. How can you get one of those in a 35-7 game? All right, it's double wide receivers right. As Dixon communicates there, it looks like the first time I've seen this I formation, and they're going to be a toss play. Davis tries the right side, and he's met, and the ball comes out, and thank goodness it goes out of bounds. And this is the rule you were talking about. It'll fumbled forward, but it'll come back to, I believe, the 35-yard line. That's what they're talking about now.
He fumbled it, and actually I think Eli Black was jumped on it, kind of scored out of his hands out of bounds. So, yes, the ball will be placed where he fumbles the ball instead of where it goes out of bounds at.
So it's back to the 34-yard line, and I think that kind of is just a wash there, no gain. And it'll be 3rd down, say about 8, I formation again. Is that Morris, I think, there is the fullback.
Yep.
And play action as Dixon rolls left, throws, man's there, broken up. He's looking for Camp. And it was broken up as Camp, the big tight end, had his hand on it for a moment but couldn't haul it in.
I tell you, Camp had a step on him. Ball might have been just a slightly underthrown, but not a bad-looking throw. Bring up 4th and 8, and let's see what Burns does. Let's see if they leave their guys back on the field or not. Looks like it will be.
That is a punt coming up, and it's 6. Tell you what, man, when you've had the ball 7 times and 6 times you've gone 3 and out, man, that's That's going to be tough sledding, man.
That was a pretty well-designed looking play there. He kind of bootleg left. Had Camp out there. Unfortunately, Burns wasn't able to connect, but.
So 6:25 left to go in the second quarter. Snap back. Dixon's got it. Boots it away. Good punt this time. And fair catch called for and made at the 30-yard line. So Crest will take it after they only ran one play and had a fumble. They'll take it on their own 30 with 6:19 left to go in the second quarter. And they've had the ball 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times and only been stopped by the fumble. So hopefully that fumble recovery does give the Burns offense a little momentum. So Burns defense back on the field. It seems like they've been on the field all day. Short drives for Crest. They haven't really had a long sustained drive, mostly explosive plays. Hamrick quickly out in the flat, caught. And let's see, I think that's Thompson. Or is that it? That's number 1.
That's 1. That's Edwards.
That's
I think.
Edwards.
No, Thompson, you're right. You're right.
So, yeah.
Majay
Yeah,
Thompson.
Thompson. And he's got a reception for, I'm not sure how many yards there. What'd they give him? Was that a first down?
Well, we got
the ball's on the 30. They got holding against the
flag,
Chargers. That's another Putnam Distributors penalty.
That'll take them back 5. So first and 15, I think.
So if there's
That'll
one thing
do it.
that Coach Lloyd's going to be angry about, it's 4 penalties and 40 yards against the Chargers.
And those penalties brought to you by Putnam Distributors.
But it's a spot foul. Okay, so I think they're going to give him a 5-yard reception, and then they'll bring it back because of where the hold took place. So it'll be 2nd down and 15, not 2nd down and 20. As Hamrick trots back out there. So number 1, he'll only get credit for a 5-yard reception. And now in the shotgun, claps the hands, throws it out in the flat. Again, dropped this time, so that's incomplete.
Pass a little high this time to Thompson. Probably is a catchable ball, but I think he was looking too far ahead of him on that play.
Second down. 2nd down and 15. If you're just joining us, it's been all Chargers, 35-7. The lone bright spot for Burns, 71-yard touchdown run by Drew Dixon, and also a fumble recovery by Rudisell, number 55. And other than that, it's been tough sledding. Did have a sack, had a tackle for loss, but just not enough big plays on defense, and Crest has just had explosive after explosive on offense. Held Burns without a first down. 5 wide. Hamrick rolls right, throws it out in the flat, open, short gain, but then breaks a tackle and still on his feet. He's going to have a false and pharmacy first down all the way to the 45-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 20. Who caught it?
I want to say that's 10. Larique Pettis, I believe. It's from the backfield, I believe.
So Pettis with a 20-yard reception and another Falston Pharmacy first down.
Crest's been hitting them little screen passes. If you're Burns, you might want to try to creep up on those and see if you can make a jump on one of those.
So
passes.
ball up to the 45-yard line. Again, empty set. And I think there's 4 wide receivers in the game for the Chargers. And now it's going to be a little quarterback run, and Hamrick's got 10. He's got 15. He's hit hard. He's still moving. He's got 20 more. He's down to the 35-yard line. So a 20-yard gain by Hamrick and another Falston Pharmacy first down. Hamrick up to 30 yards rushing.
Yeah, took it right up the middle this time into Burns territory. Looks like we got a Burns guy down on the field there, Tom.
We'll take a 30-second break. We'll be right back on the Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. 35-7. Chargers in control.
It's time to discover Ronaldo Honda in Shelby. Get your best deal at Ronaldo Honda or they'll pay you $1,000. Come in for all the details. They'll even deliver to your home. Plus, Ronaldo Honda gives you the best possible trade dollar. They value your trade. Get an appraisal today. And don't forget about Ronaldo Honda's certified pre-owned vehicles. Find out more at Ronaldo Honda, 4421 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ronaldohonda.com.
Back to school time means cold and flu season is just around the corner. Before it invades your home, see Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville or the Falston Pharmacy for your cold and flu remedies and preventatives. And in Falston, get your Burns Bulldog caps and T-shirts. And check out the grill at Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And use their convenient drive-through windows at both locations. Medical Center Pharmacy, 607 East Academy Street in Cherryville, and the Falston Pharmacy, Highway 18 North in Falston.
All right, there's your view from the sideline camera again. And
Injured player Jude Towery up,
Yeah.
walking off on his own pressure,
Yeah,
so that's good.
So Jude going to walk it off slowly. The way he's walking with his legs stiff, it might be a cramp because they're not trying to assist him in walking off the field, which is a good sign. But ball all the way up to the 36-yard line. And Hamrick in the shotgun again. Has the football, and now it's going to be a run and play right side, and Three's got it, and that is Black.
That's Jason Black.
So,
I think he's another transfer, I believe. I want to say he came from Northwest Cabarrus.
So Black's got it for, let's see, they're going to give him 4 yards on that one. His first carry, or at least the first one I have him for. And don't have the rally stats on rushing, but it looks like 28, 32, 92, 89. Crest around 110 yards rushing just in the first half. And now Hamrick throws it out in the flat just behind a Burns defender. I thought he was going to get a hand on it, but instead it's going to be a 10-yard pass, and I'm not sure who got it.
I'm not sure. That was Xavier Epps who almost came up with an interception, jumped that throw.
So you didn't see who caught it?
I didn't see who caught it on the far side of the field there.
So it's going to be another Falston Pharmacy first down, and that's 11 for the Chargers, none for Burns. So that ball's advanced to the 24-yard line. So not sure who got that. I think it was number 10. We'll see.
Sloric Pettis.
So double wide receivers left, one to the right. Hamrick in the shotgun again. Claps the hands, and it's going to be up the middle. Squirts through a little hole, and that's 3 again with it. And he's to the 15-yard line. Give him 9 more yards.
That's brought down by 58. That's the freshman Centavius Osborne.
So that's Black, who's getting a couple of carries on this drive and already inside the red zone. And Crest has continued to move the ball on every single possession. Double wide receivers left, one to the right. And ball's on the ground, recovered by Burns.
Burns got it.
And Crest has again stopped themselves on a fumble. Max Davis on the fumble recovery.
Yeah, good recognition there, Max Davis. I think it hit Hamrick in the hands, and he just dropped it. I think it was probably a QB run, and he wasn't ready for the snap. It's a good heads-up play, and Burns will take over about their own 20-yard line.
So Crest has stopped themselves twice. And Burns starting on a familiar spot, the 20, as Greer has put a number of those Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoffs into the end zone. So on the 20-yard line, so the last 2 Charger possessions have ended in fumbles. So
Mark
Dixon
Camp back in the backfield.
Dixon in the shotgun. Man comes in motion, and now we're going to have a penalty. That was 18 in motion. That was Jude Towery. Must be okay. I think that was 18 in motion.
No, that's 18. That's Jordan Ussery.
Ussery, check that.
Yeah,
so that's going to be a Putnam Distributors penalty and marching back 5. The third penalty against Burns, but all 4th for 20 yards in penalty yardage. So not a good start as Burns finds themselves behind the sticks again, still in search of their first Falston Pharmacy first down. Double wide receivers right, one to the left. Dixon claps the hands, looks, throws over the middle, has a miss! In and out of his hands. And that was number 2.
That was Evan Donaldson. Had room to run, too. Good pass by Drew Dixon across the middle. Had some zip on that ball as well.
I tell you what, Drew Dixon threw that one about as good as you can throw it, and Donaldson just was thinking about the end zone before he caught it. Tough break for the young man. He'll learn from that experience, but it's 2nd down and 15. So if you're just joining us, it's pretty much been all Crest, but they have fumbled on their last 2 possessions, stopping drives inside Burns territory. Now Burns has it again. This is their 8th possession. And Dixon has it. He's back. He's got time. Lets it go. Man was tackled. Here comes the flag.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious penalty there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 15-yard penalty and the first Fallston Pharmacy first down of the season for Burns.
That's right. That was Jordan Ussery. The intended receiver, Nehemiah Parker, just literally just kind of threw him down.
Ground,
so,
yeah.
Hey, we'll take it how we can get it. So,
and I think that's going to move the ball. That should be a 15-yard penalty. What they call hold? They called holding. They didn't call pass interference. Holding, and that's not an automatic first down in high school football.
Oh, man. I'm not in agreement with that one.
So that's a 10-yard penalty against the Chargers, but it's 2nd down and 5.
I mean, he did hold him, but he also threw him to the ground. Should be pass interference.
So what will be the second play of the drive? That will count if we have no penalty. I believe that's Camp, tries the left side, weaves his way, maybe 2. Is that Camp or Pryor?
That is Mark Halen Camp. Found a little room in that left side.
Not a whole lot. Looks like there's a Charger down. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
DeRisi Power Sports wants to wish the Burns Bulldogs good luck during this year's football season. DeRisi Power Sports is your go-to for ATV and UTV parts, services, and accessories. If your ATV needs service, bring it on in. DeRisi Power Sports is not just for professional ATV riders. If yours is in need of minor service, like a tune-up, oil change, or any other service, bring it on in. DeRisi Power Sports will service it at affordable pricing and expert service. DeRisi Power Sports, 4225 Fallston Road, or call 704-638-3512. Go Burns Bulldogs. Is your garage door not operating correctly, or it may be completely broken? If so, call Cleveland County Garage Doors. Cleveland County Garage Doors is family-owned and operated, where you get honest and dependable service. They offer great deals on DoorLink garage doors, and service calls start at $75. Just call C.J. Waters at Cleveland County Garage Doors for service and installation. Call 704-472-9367. Again, 704-472-9367. And see them on Facebook at CC Garage Doors.
We're back. View from the sideline there as the Burns Bulldogs trot back onto the field.
Still looking for the first down. Let's see if we can get it here. 3rd and 2.
Yeah, 3rd down and 2. Double wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Dixon almost got him to jump offside. Now it's going to be Camp, and he's going to be slammed and thrown for a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, Matt Harb, that's number 5. That's Khalil Clark for Crest.
Been tough sledding for Mark Halen Camp tonight as he'll lose. I'm going to be nice to him and say he only lost 2, but another 3 and out for the Burns Bulldogs, and they have had the ball 7 times and 8 times and 7 times have failed to get a first down. They have 1 touchdown, no first downs. That's just tough with 2:38, 2:37 and counting here in the first half.
Dixon in the punt. That's Thompson again back deep full Crest, as well as
so knuckleball punt, and it's going to be drilled. But Thompson got drilled with the football. Now he's bringing it back. His time, the ball comes out again. I think he's got a face mask there. It's number 1 for that's Wells brings him down, but I think he got the face mask, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, I think. Let's see, as he brought it back to the 45.
Now you could almost say that, Thompson.
Hold on. It's going to be against Crest. Yes, it is, and that's going to be.
I was going to say almost looked like Thompson grabbed Wells' face mask.
Well, it's a 10-yard penalty. It was a hold. We're both wrong.
This considering where he threw that penalty? I thought it was on one of them, but we'll take it if you're Burns. Backed up into their own territory if you're Crest, 45-yard line. 2 minutes, 17 seconds left in this half.
So Crest First 5 possessions, touchdowns. Last 2 possessions, fumbles lost. Last one recovered by Max Davis. So 3 wide receivers in for Crest. Hamrick looks out in the flat, throws it, caught. Another chunk play, breaking free. And again, that's number 2, and that's Edwards. And Edwards will have a gain, let's see, from the 45, 15, a 16-yard pass play. As he's been effective tonight. He's got over 100 yards. He's approaching 150 yards just for the first half.
Yeah, under 2 minutes left here in this half.
Yeah, they move it back just a little bit. I've got him unofficially at 138. So back goes Hamrick. He's got all day. He's surveying the field, lets it go, shows off the arm. Man in the end zone. He is just tackled, and the flags do not come out. We'll take it. That's an incomplete pass.
I was going to say, a little break there. We'll say that.
Yeah, you can call it that, as it looked like it was going to be pass interference, but
pass intended for Edwards.
You don't get all the calls, and that one will come back, and we'll do it again. 2nd down and 10. That's another first down. That's 12 first downs for the Chargers. None. 0 for Burns. 1:33 left to go. And if the Chargers, had not taken care, just not taking care of the football in the last 2 drives, that's what stopped them there. So it'll be 2nd down, 10, double wide receivers right, 1 to the left. And that's going to be a little counter play inside. I tell you what, this guy's rumbling down. That's 24 again.
That's Malachi Gamble.
And Gamble, it looks like we got an injured Charger, so we'll be right back.
It's the Slingshot Showstopper sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Get up to $3,000 customer cash on remaining 2024 models, plus 15% off accessories. Plus, it's the all-out summer sales event on all Polaris models with up to $4,000 off 2024 models and financing at 0% for up to 60 months. And save big on the Suzuki King Quad ATVs with 0% financing for up to 36 months or $1,600 in customer cash. At Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
It's the 101st Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Plan now to bring the family out for a big night of fun. Entertainment includes the Majestic Spectacular Thrill Show, Canines in Flight, the High Flying All-American Frisbee Dogs, the Magic of Lance Gifford, Act Monsters Chainsaw Art, and the Demolition Derby. And Right Off for Rides will be back with over 40 exciting rides. And, of course, the many food vendors, games, livestock, and other attractions. The 101st Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Y'all come. It'll be fun.
All right, view from our sideline camera as hopefully the young man for Crest is able to get up. Not sure who the injured player is, but it looks like he's getting up. My mother now listening. Sorry, Mom, just hit the volume button and it'll go down. She says I'm too loud.
That's number 60 for Chris.
Yeah.
Luke Roop.
Yeah, looks like Luke's okay. Maybe just got wind knocked out of him. Scores from around the area. West Lincoln 8, North Lincoln 7, Maiden 8, Lincoln 6. Now it's 14-0 North Lincoln over West Lincoln. He's giving me the updates. 14-14 tie. East Lincoln over South Iredale, 24-21. So those some scores from around the area. I'll try to get you some more in just a second. And that's going to be, let's see, is that Thompson 2 with the ball, or is that Edwards?
That's 2.
Edwards, that's right. Edwards knocked back. It was a 3rd and 1 play.
Host of Bulldogs there. That was Mark Camp.
See where they're going to put it.
A couple other guys there for the tackle for Burns.
And is it a timeout for a measurement or what? Where's the football?
Looks like they're moving the chains.
Yeah, they're going to give him 3.
Yeah, ball's up to the 28, so that'll be first down Crest.
So another first down, the 13th first down for Crest. And I tell you what, they've had their way. So it's going to be Chargers call a timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
The name DeRisi is a well-known name in Polkville. Joe DeRisi operates 3 auto-related businesses there, including DeRisi Auto Sales and Service at 4606 Polkville Road. Also, DeRisi Body Shop on West Stagecoach Trail. Whether it's an attractively priced used car or maybe you need a tune-up or body work done, Joe DeRisi is the man. Call 960-295-5000 for the pre-owned car and service shop, or 704-538-9956 for the body shop. Like them on Facebook too.
Back to live action as we also give you the sideline camera here as Burns coming back out on the field.
Closing down on the last few, or under a minute left in this first half, last few seconds
So
here.
Chargers trying to get a 2-for-1. They will get the opening Jam and Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff. Triple wide receivers left. Hamrick, look back, throws, and he's got a man open at the 20, at the 15, at the 10. Race to the pylon. He's in for a 28-yard touchdown.
That's Pluto Surratt.
So Pluto Surratt dashes in from 28 yards out, and it's 41-7 Chargers after that numbers bookkeeping touchdown.
Hey, I think we might have a penalty here, Tom. This one might be coming back.
It is. So take the touchdown off the board.
I didn't initially see that. I still don't see the penalty flag anywhere, but
Looks like they're taking it off the board, and Coach Lloyd is mad, and he's letting them know about it.
I would think it's probably a holding.
But we're going to have a Putnam Distributors penalty. And the ball was at the 28-yard line, and what'd they call there?
Is that pass interference?
Pass interference. They're going to call the old pick play, the old rub route.
Yep.
Well, that's why Surratt was so wide open. And they're going to move it all the way back. That's a 15-yard penalty.
That's huge. I was going to say, he was out there wide open. It's kind of surprising how he got that wide open, but I guess that answers the question.
75 yards in penalties against the Chargers. That's kind of their only dark spot of this half. But that takes a touchdown off the board, and it remains 35-7.
You know, Coach Lloyd is pretty hot about that, but
he better watch it or he's going to cost himself 15 more.
You can't run pick plays like that, for sure.
Well, I didn't see. I mean, they call that the old, the old rub route. I didn't see it, so I'm not sure.
I kind of called it Cormine. It looked like that was the correct call. So
he zoomed in on Coach Lloyd there. And now from the 44, Hamrick throws it out. Nice move there by Edwards. Another nice move, and he's through a crease, and now he's going to be caught from behind, but up to the 31-yard line. So from the 44 to the 31, and we've got another timeout, so we'll be right back.
The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose acclimation over cremation. Acclimation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And acclimation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider acclimation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Well, there you see the Chargers up close and personal from our sideline camera, and they've got the ball, second down and about 14 yards to go after that 14-yard reception by Edwards. And second down, they've got 32 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Crest is trying to score. They're not content with this score.
So Hamrick rolls right, looks, throws, out in the flat, caught, nice move, stutter step, first down, gain of about 19. Who caught it?
That was two.
Again. I tell you what, he is having a ball game. I've got him up to 170 yards in this first half. What we got? Another first down.
Crest quick play and spiked it. So they're going to try. They're trying to put some more points on the board. They're not content with this lead. They're trying to add to it.
So that's another pass and another pass. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays on this drive. It started back at the 45, had a touchdown wiped out. And I'll tell you what, they've been able to kind of move the ball at will. That's another first down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 first downs for the Chargers. Man, triple wide receivers left, one to the right. Actually, there's 5 wide. Hamrick throws, caught again. Surratt makes a move to the 5. There's his touchdown from 15 yards out. So this one will stand.
Yeah, I was going to say, this looks like will stand. That's Pluto Surratt, I think the NC State commit for the touchdown for Crest.
So that's a 7-play drive, and it was 55 yards, and it took 2 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock. And now it's Greer who's just been kicking the cover off the ball for the on-the-go quick lube extra point after the numbers bookkeeping touchdown. It's up, and it's good. 42-7 Chargers. We'll be right back.
Bradley's now is a bucket truck. What does that mean? That means they can now install outdoor signs, even outdoor lighted signs. Talk with them about designing, creating, and installing your new sign. And of course, see them for logo designs, vehicle lettering, banners, magnets, trophies, plaques, acrylics, t-shirts, and more. They are now truly your one-stop shop. Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Kostner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Kostner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Kostner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today.
Jam and Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff, again deep by Greer. And I'll tell you what, he's had a touchback on 7 of his 8 kickoffs. And Burns will take it with 12 seconds left to go. And I think mercifully they're probably just going to let this one expire.
Yep. And that should take us into our halftime show here.
Yeah, the halftime show will be brought to you by Parker Farm Service of Kings Mountain. And Dixon in the shotgun. We're going to run a play here. Thought we might just head into the locker room, but Crest is going to get the football back. They're going to get a 2-for-1, a touchdown, and the ball back pretty quickly. It's a little pop pass. That's going to go in the scorebook as a pass, and that is knocked out of bounds. And that is, I think, number 18.
That's 18. That is Jorian Ussery.
Jorian Ussery, and I'm not sure where he got to. Where are they going to spot the ball? And
he's out of bounds, so we'll have at least one more play.
Yeah, 2-yard loss by Ussery.
I thought he gained a couple of this.
Nope, he's back there at the 18-yard line. So that's going to go in the books as a pass. So -2 on that. 7.8 seconds left to go, and it's just been total dominance by the Chargers. They have held Burns without a first down. Burns on their 9th possession. And that's going to be Dixon on the keeper, and he'll get about a 7-yard gain there, and that'll end the half. So Parker Farm Service halftime show coming up. Crest 42, Burns 7 on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.
Compassion, excellence, and reliability. Those 3 words best describe Bayada Home Health Care, a nonprofit serving Cleveland, Gaston, Lincoln, and Rutherford counties with assistive care services in the comfort of your own home. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they've been doing this since 1975. When it comes time, take the time and call Bayada Home Health Care in Shelby. Call 704-669-4000 or visit them online at bayada.com. Located at 1105 Suite 3 on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Main Street Hardware in Lawndale is your one-stop shop for everything you'll need to prepare your yard for the growing season. Seed, mulch, pine bark, spreaders, and more. And they carry the best Case knives, Milwaukee tools, Georgia boots, Valspar paint, and Red Max yard equipment, plus rocking chairs. But don't take our word for it. Head to Main Street Hardware, 356 East Main Street in Lawndale. Open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Find them on Facebook too. There's no doubt about it. Chevy drives America. And in Shelby and Cleveland County, Marburger Chevrolet sells the fine folks of our area brand new Chevys at the best possible price. Now take a look at a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab truck with a Turbo Max engine. Get 0% financing for well-qualified buyers when you finance with GM Financial. That's a savings of $10,143 for current Chevy owners. Come in for all the details. See yours today at Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Oakwood Homes of Shelby announces their Go Big and Go Home sale. These prices are a big, big deal. Just listen to this. Now at Oakwood Homes in Shelby, you can buy a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home for only $99,000. That's right, only $99,000 for a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home. Also ask about land home packages and move-in ready homes. That's Oakwood Homes of Shelby, 1839 East Dixon Boulevard. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Online at oakwoodhomesofshelby.com.
When the summer turns brutal, your tractor better bring the heat too. Horsepower Heatwave is here at James River Equipment, starting with the John Deere 3043D with loader. Built with 43 horses of pure grit, ready to move, lift, and muscle through the worst of summer. Right now at James River, get yours for $19,999 cash or just $299 a month. No frills, no fluff. Just horsepower that doesn't sweat. The Horsepower Heatwave is on, only at James River Equipment.
James River Equipment Company, Highway 180 North in Shelby. For nearly 50 years, the K family at Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service in Shelby have been taking care of your bookkeeping and income tax needs in Shelby, Cleveland County, and the surrounding area. They feature a staff of enrolled agents and experienced tax professionals. Make sure you get every advantage you deserve. That's Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service, 707 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Give them a call at 704-484-2783. Online at numbersofshelby.com. They are there for you. On the Go Quick Lube in Falston is not just oil changes. They have tires for all cars with names like GT Radio, Hankook, and Toyo, plus interstate batteries and wiper blades. Of course, they do oil changes featuring Castrol, Motorcraft, and Rotella diesel oil, and they carry diesel truck fuel filters. Plus, they're an official North Carolina inspection station. For quick service with competitive pricing and professional technicians, head over to On The Go Quick Lube today. 3716 Falston Road, Highway 18 north of Shelby, and go Burns Bulldogs. Planning a funeral service can be a very difficult process for families who have just lost a loved one. Celebrating lives and healing grieving hearts is the theme for the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Falston. It's important to them to provide those who are grieving with a supportive environment in which they can begin to find closure, say goodbye, and come to terms with their loss. Find out more today. Visit them online at StameyTysingerFuneralHome.com or give them a call at 704-538-8631. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center, 846 East Stagecoach Trail in Falston.
Just want to bring you some sounds of the game. Got the Burns High School Marching Band brought to you by Wright's Jewelry. So as you continue to watch the marching band there for Burns High School, once again brought to you by Wright's Jewelry, just to bring you some stats. Not the best in the world if you're a Burns Bulldog fan. Crest has the ball 9 times, scores 7 touchdowns. Only stopped by 2 fumbles they had on drive number 7 and 8. Scored again on their 9th drive. Greer 7 for 7 on the go quick lube extra points. Burns, the one bright spot, 71-yard touchdown by Drew Dixon on the second possession of the game. Burns held without a first down, did not have a first down the entire half. So they did have 9 possessions, and they had 9 possessions, 7 3-and-outs. The time expired, and they had 1 touchdown. So it's just tough sledding for Burns in that first half. If we look at their total team stats, 17 rushes for 85 yards. But remember, 71-yard rush by Dixon. So if you throw that out, that's 14 yards, 16 carries, 14 yards. The interior of the Charger defense has been just dominant, and they've got a number of tackle for loss. If I look here, just in rushing alone, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tackles for loss. And they've just been dominant up front so far tonight. Drew Dixon through the air, 2 of 9 for 4 yards. And as we said, no touchdowns. No touchdowns through the air, no first downs. No first downs in the first half. Crest, on the other hand, 17 rushes for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns. Hamrick, 9 for 13, 295, 3 touchdowns. And what stands out on the stat sheet, number 2, let me make sure I get it right. That's number 2 for Crest is Edwards, correct?
Michael Edwards, correct.
Michael Edwards, I have him unofficially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 catches for 170 yards. And he also has a touchdown. So, I mean, just a dominant performance. As I said, overall, Crest with almost 3, unofficially by my count, and it's going to have to be redone, but almost 300 yards passing by Hammer. Crest pretty much just did whatever they wanted with the football, Matt.
Yeah, they're just getting their skill guys out in open space and hitting them little screen passes to Edwards and Thompson and the guys, and they're just making plays and daring the Bulldogs' defensive backs to stop them, and they haven't had an answer for that. So
no, that's a good way to put it. They just had no answer. Now, we did have fumble recoveries by 55 Cameron Rudisell and 0 Max Davis. Mm-hmm. So that's the lone bright spot for Burns defensively. Other than that,
credit Jude Tower for one of those strips as well. So
yeah, and we had combined. You gave up over 450 yards unofficially in the first half. So just a dominant performance by the Chargers. And I tell you what, I've been impressed with their kicker, Greer, who's been 7 for 7 on extra points tonight. And he's 6 for 7 on touchbacks. And the one that wasn't a touchback, they let the kid run it out of the end zone, which I think because he caught it in and then backed out. Mm-hmm. That's why they let him run it out of the end zone. So just everything, all 3 phases of the game been dominated by the Chargers tonight.
Well, like I say, I mean, you can press up and put the DBs, press them up a little bit on those screens, but, Eli Hammer's good enough to where, he can throw the ball downfield and, throw it over top of you. So you got to worry about that as well. So
he's shown pretty much good mobility and patience. He's able to run the ball. He's a big kid. He's hard to bring down when he does. And, he's going to the University of Virginia, and he's showing you why tonight. He's played very well tonight, so we've been impressed. And, hanging in there with on our side, if you're Drew Dixon, if it's your first game back in a couple years, man, you don't want to face these guys. I mean, they're just really good up front. So hopefully that 71-yard touchdown he had is a little something to build on. And he did have the one nice throw. Unfortunately, it was dropped when he gave a first down, maybe a little momentum. Mm-hmm. They just need something positive to happen in the pass game. Yep. Just hasn't happened yet.
Well, they've shown glimpses. Like I say, Max Davis has had a couple good runs. He has had a few open receivers. But, that goes back to the defensive front of Crest has just had pressure when he's been in those throwing situations. Hasn't had much time to do that. So, like I say, we got to regroup. Focus on fundamentals, play assignment football, try to make some positive things happen. Even though you're back this deep, this is a learning opportunity. I'm proud of the guys for not quitting out there. They're playing their hearts out. So let's see what the second half, see what happens out here.
All right, thank you again for listening to this halftime show. Once again, brought to you by Parker Farm Service on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. It's 42-7. Hopefully you enjoyed the halftime show brought to you by the BHS Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Kyle Maple. So thank you to Wright's Jewelry for, again, sponsoring the Burns High School Band. About 10 minutes before kickoff, we're going to step away for just a few minutes. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to a West End Sales broadcast of Burns High School football.
There might be other Coyote tractor dealers in the area, but there is only one that stands above the rest, and that's West End Sales in Vail. There's a reason they have been one of the top-selling Coyote tractor dealers in America today. Some reasons could be quality of service, friendly people, and yes, price. They will not be undersold on a new Coyote tractor. There's one waiting for you, Coyote and West End Sales, synonymous in the tractor industry today. See them at 110 Highway 18 North in Vail, online at westendsales.com. Like them on Facebook too. Oliver's Hardware and Garden Center in Shelby is not just a hardware store, but a real general store, carrying items like feed and seed, hay, pine needles, and straw. Oliver's Hardware has just received the new Turtle Box Ranger, a smaller radio with a huge sound, along with 45 original Turtle Box radios in stock. Oliver's Hardware wishes the Burns Bulldogs good luck this football season. Oliver's Hardware and Garden Center, 3712 Falston Road, Highway 18 North between Falston and Shelby. Online at olivershardware.com. Like them on Facebook too. Since 1968, Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs has been serving this area with a full line of automotive products, including oils, transmission fluids, antifreeze, filters, chemicals, parts, and supplies for all types of automobiles and trucks, with many brands to choose from. They sell to individuals or wholesale. Just visit their walk-in counter. Putnam Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive off Highway 180 south of Shelby. Call 704-487-9395 or visit the website at putnamdistributors.com. Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs, offering quality automotive parts and supplies for over 50 years.
Some people say there are doers, and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain.
All right, there's our score at halftime. Unfortunately, if you're a Bulldog fan, it's all Chargers, 42-7, as they score on 7 of their 9 possessions and lead 42-7. Kevin Hastings has sent me some scores from around the area. A couple of long ones here. Let me see. Yeah, Crest 42, Burns 7 here. Kings Mountain 9-7 over Shelby. Roberson 14-10 over Hunter Huss. Kramer leads Forest View 27-6. North Gaston over East Gaston 14-7. South Point over Hickory. Look at that, 20-13. Cherville leads 48-0 over North Stokes. Ashbrook leads West Meck 14-8. Fred T. Ford 14-0 over Mountain Island Charter. Lincoln Charter 43-6 over Highland Tech. And RS Central leads McDowell 21-17. Polk County leading Chase 19-18. East Rutherford leads Asheville 22-19. East Lincoln over South Iredell 38-21. Lincoln over Maiden 20-14. North Lincoln and West Lincoln tied at 14. South Caldwell leads West Caldwell 46-26. Bandy's blanking St. Stephen's 24-0. Newton Conover over Alexander Central 28-14. Bunker Hill over Drawn 21-6. And High Brighton and East Wilkes tied at 14. And that's on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. Well, If you're a Bulldog fan, Matt, in the second half, you're just looking for some positives.
Well, like I say, these guys, I know most of these kids on the team, they're not going to quit. They're going to go here and they're going to play 4 quarters, play to the end of the game, and like I say, work on fundamentals, try to get better, try to learn some things. Any experience like this can be used as a learning experience. So we'll take it for what it is and then keep rolling.
Now the Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoff coming up in here in just a few minutes. To add insult to injury, that will go to Crest to start out this second half. So they do have a chance to get the 42-point advantage and start running this thing really downhill. So it's been rough on Burns here. A lot of new guys, a lot of guys graduated. Their top 3 rushers gone from last year, top 2 wide receivers gone from last year. They're going through a little rebuilding. So the growing pains we're going to see here tonight, but hopefully we're able to take away some positives in this second half and something to build on going into next week against Kings Mountain.
Yeah, like I said, I think I only counted 8 or 9 seniors on the roster. So, we got one freshman starting on the D-line and Centavius Osborne. The O-line, they got some experience. Bo Harrell and some of these guys are 2-year starters, but they're still juniors. So, they're young, and like I say, a lot of fresh faces. It's going to take, a few weeks maybe to try to get everything together. So, it's just we're playing a really good team, so you can't lose sight of that. So, hopefully they'll be ready, be game tested come conference season.
All right, so we'll be back with the Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoff in just a few minutes. You're listening to the Parker Farm Service halftime show, and as always, Burns football brought to you by West End Sales.
You are not going to believe what just arrived at Parker's Family Feed in Bellwood. Deer blinds, and plenty of them. Heavy duty with 3 windows. Stay warm and cozy in your new deer blind. Available in 4x6 and 6x6 sizes. And Parker Family Feed has all of your deer attractants. And remember them for your pet and livestock feed, fencing, fence posts, and turtle boxes. Parker Family Feed, 121 Carpenters Grove Church Road, Lawndale, off Highway 18 North. Like them on Facebook, too. The Make This the Summer event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby. We are putting performance in your hands. Purchase now and get a $2,250 bonus cash allowance. You may be eligible for up to a $10,000 annual tax deduction on interest paid on a new qualifying auto loan on all new 2025 Dodge Durango models. Come on in now for all the details during the Make This the Summer event at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Olmsted Plumbing hopes you're enjoying the summer heat safely. Yes, it's officially summer. Time to plan for longer days and shorter nights. Maybe it's time for you to go plumb crazy and get that outdoor kitchen you've always dreamed of. Or get an outdoor shower for the patio. Or get that yard hydrant closer to the garden. Remember, preventative maintenance can avert a catastrophe this summer. But if you have a plumbing emergency, call the guys at Olmsted Plumbing, 828-245-7302. Online at olmstedplumbing.com. Get back to loving your plumbing and loving your summer. Believe it or not, it's time to start thinking about back to school. And is that vehicle of yours ready for back to school? If not, head to SNR Auto Sales in Shelby for some great back to school deals. Remember, they have buy here, pay here programs that will fit your pocketbook. And no one else in Cleveland County has the variety of vehicles that they have on the lot. Pick yours out today at SNR Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby, online at srautosales.com, and like them on Facebook too. They do it all at McNeely Diesel and Auto on West Grover Street in Shelby, your Napa Auto Care Center. No matter your drivability issue, McNeely Diesel and Auto can help, from an oil change to brakes to a tune-up. And they offer fleet service at very affordable prices. And they cater to fleet and diesel customers. And they have a full wrecker service. If you can't get your vehicle to them, they'll come and pick it up. See Bill McNeely and his ASC certified technician at McNeely Diesel and Auto, 441 West Grover Street in Shelby. Call 704-487-5192, your Napa Auto Care Center. Don't wait till it's freezing cold outside. Now is the time to get your fireplace serviced by Future Energy Company in Shelby. Say you don't have a fireplace? Well, see Woody Padgett and Future Energy Company for all kinds of fireplaces and gas logs. And for those backyard cookouts, check out the Big Green Egg or Grills by Primo and the Broil Master Outdoor Kitchens. Future Energy Company, serving this area since 1983, 130 West Graham Street in Shelby, online at futureenergyco.com.
We're back. Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoff. Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. It's been all Chargers, 42-7. And Ryan Sisk going to tee it up for the Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoff, Matt.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see Ryan in action. Like I say, last year as a freshman was perfect on extra points. He's got a big leg. Been working hard this all season, so I'm excited to see what he's going to do out on the field for Burns this year.
So Sisk doesn't have it teed up yet. See if we can get the view from our sideline camera. Okay, he's getting in position down there. So we're up here. They get some good shots from the sideline tonight. And they're going to tee it up from the 40-yard line. And let's see. No, that's Drew Dixon going to kick it off.
I didn't expect that.
So Dixon.
Well,
It's weird.
He's got a big leg.
Yeah, throws right, kicks left. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
It's kind of odd, ain't it?
Yeah. So it's Drew Dixon. Foot into it, and then it's going to be caught at about the 20, and here comes the return up to the 30, to the 40, still going, and forced out of bounds. But again, the Chargers, very good field position as they'll start 1st and 10. All the way up. Let's see where they mark it at the 43-yard line.
That's Jason Black on the return for Crest.
So they've really kind of had their way on offense, as we said. First half, 9 possessions, 7 touchdowns, 2 fumbles. So Chargers coming out.
See if Hamrick comes back out for Crest. I would imagine he's would come out at least until if they get to a running clock. But let's see. He's out there, yep.
Yeah, so Hamrick in the shotgun, double wide receiver. Well, one wide receiver right, one left. They're going to keep it on the ground, and I think that's Gamble. And this time he's wrapped up, not too much. Looked like Davis and a couple others drag him down, but he's out to the 48-yard line. Give him 5.
Davis, Justin Porter, good job there coming up from the safety position. Also to make that tackle.
So he's up to 78 yards on the game. And I tell you what, 15 first down. When you're losing a first down battle, 15-0, man, that's tough.
Yep.
So ball up to the 49. They actually give him close to 6. So they're going to give him 6 yards.
Yeah, generous spot there.
So he's up to 80 yards. And coming in motion and getting the football, and it's going to come back. I think they've got
Probably
a procedure of holding. So take that one off. And let's see what the Putnam Distributors penalty is. That's one of the spots for Crest. They're going to try to fix that. 75 yards and penalties. What they call a hold?
I think it's a procedure penalty.
Okay. So they are up to 80 yards in penalties. 75 in the first half, 5 already here in the second half. And I think we've got a Bulldog down with cramps. So we'll be right back.
If you're thinking about purchasing a new mower, then plan a trip to Elliott Supply in Polkville. Elliott Supply has been family owned and operated for over 50 years, and they're now one of the largest Skag dealerships. Their business philosophy is short and simple. Take care of the customer with name brands like Skag, Husqvarna, Echo, Steel, and more. Elliott Supply, 2301 West Stagecoach Trail in Polkville. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5, Saturday, 8 till noon. Online at ElliottSupplyInc.com.
So early in the season, not unusual to see some players cramping up just a little bit.
That's the freshman, Centavius Osborne. Looks like he's walking off on his own feet, so that's a good sign.
Right. So it'll be second down and 10. as that 5-yard penalty wiped out the 5-yard gain. That's what I'm saying. It looked like it was a little messed up. It looked like a 6-yard penalty. I'm not sure what they called there. And 3 wide receivers for Crest. Play action as Hamrick rolls right, batted down.
Max Davis.
And that one's batted down and incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Hamrick trying to go across the middle. Davis up for the deflection. Good play there. Max Davis to bring up 2nd down.
So he's got a pass breakup and he has a fumble recovery. Making his case for defensive player of the game is Davis. And the ball remains on the 43-yard line, 3rd down and 10. So again, a chance to get off the field. Something the Bulldogs have not been able to do unless they've had a fumble recovery. So Crest trying to avoid their first 3 and out of the game. Triple wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Hamrick's got the ball. He's back. He's looking. Rolls right. Still rolls right. Lets it go. Complete. And that's going to be a gain of 15 and a Falston Pharmacy 1st down. Did you see who caught it, Matt?
Number 1, Majay Thompson.
So Thompson, another 15 yards. And unofficially, I've got Hamrick. Oh, it's going to be a penalty?
Another Putman Distributors penalty.
And that's an illegal man downfield, so wipe it out.
Yeah, the penalty bugs kind of hit Crest a little bit. Negated some big plays for him tonight, so
well, it's
we'll
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Putnam Distributors penalties against the Chargers. So if you're Greg Lloyd, when you're doing your film breakdown, you're probably going to let him hear about the 2 fumbles and the 9 penalties. So back to the 38-yard line.
So basically, what was it?
3rd down and 15.
Yep, 15.
So behind the sticks, Crest hasn't been here very much. Man comes in motion and play action. Hamrick back. Hamrick lets it go. Puts air under it. Man is out there, and he's got it. And all the way down, do they give him the touchdown? They do not. That's going to be a 56-yard reception by 3.
That's Jason Black.
And Black has got it all the way. Did they give him the touchdown?
I think he's going to be down right at the 1.
No, so it's going to be a 56-yarder and another Falston Pharmacy 1st down. And I tell you what, man, it's been tough for the Bulldogs. I mean, they've been in position. 4th and 19 that was converted. And now a 3rd and 15 that's converted. You know, you just haven't taken advantage of your opportunities to get off the field.
It was a good throw by Hamrick. Can't take that away from him either.
No,
So.
he's talented. No doubt about that. So he's got 54 yards on that one. Gamble right side, dashes in, touchdown. Another numbers bookkeeping touchdown, and we're an extra point away from the fast clock as Greer will come in, who's perfect on extra points so far today.
Yeah, like I say, that ball, I mean, if it burns, it wasn't like the he just blew past him. It was pretty well covered on a play. Hamrick just put it right where he needed to make that play. So
he had a couple of. They're already running the clock. They're not supposed to. As Greer, extra point up on the go, quick loop, extra point, good. 49-7. We'll be right back.
If your HVAC system has some age, you might consider a new system from Bill Shuford Heating and Air in Shelby. Right now, get 60 months, no interest on qualifying systems for qualified applicants for as low as $89 per month. Bill Shuford Heating and Air sells and services American Standard HVAC systems, which is rated #1 in reliability. Call Bill Shuford Heating and Air at 704-484-0025 to book your appointment. Bill Shuford Heating and Air, 213 Campbell Street in Shelby, online at BillShufordHVAC.com. For 17 straight years, Via Health Partners has been voted #1 in hospice. There's got to be a reason. Via Health Partners provides exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top concern, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever a patient calls home. Via Health Partners is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting their website at viahp.org. Again, viahp.org. Voted #1 in hospice for 17 straight years. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice of Cleveland County.
Well, again, the kickoff put through the end zone by Greer, rather uneventful on all of those Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory kickoffs, and Burns will have it on their own 20. Clock now moving, Matt, as the score has reached 42 points. And unfortunately for Burns, they're going to go home with a pretty bad loss, but hopefully a little something to build on here for next week as Dixon's in the shotgun, double wide receivers. Now man comes in motion. I think that's Camp or Pryor. Got a little room and stacked up, but positive play. He'll gain 5.
Yeah,
Pryor 17, right?
17, yeah. Found a little hole right up the middle there. Not a bad-looking run there by Colton Pryor.
So first play is a 5-yard rush. And something positive. Try to get that offensive line some confidence. Try to get the running back some confidence.
Yeah, like I say, they're just getting the reps in. Like I say, they're just trying to work on some things, and hopefully they can carry that over into next week. Got a big one, Kings Mountain, coming into town.
2nd down and 5. And Dixon has it. He'll go back to his right, lets it go, and just couldn't get enough on it to get it to Ussery. And Ussery was open, but Dixon was on the run. Pretty tough pass there.
Yeah, I was in pursuit there by a Charger defender. Bring up 3rd and 5 for Burns.
And so 3rd down, 5. Clock will move for the duration of this game. 5:27, but no stoppages unless you get an injury or a team calls a timeout. Double wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Now Dixon gets his men lined up. Man comes in motion, snap back, little pop pass again. And I think that's Ussery with the ball, and he's stacked up, maybe gained 2. It'll be 4th down and 3.
Yeah, just couldn't quite get it around that edge there. Not a bad-looking design play to Ussery. And let's see if Burns goes for it here.
Why not? They keep the offense on the field. So it's going to be 3rd down, 4th down, and 2 or 3. And maybe a little bit more. I couldn't tell where they spotted it, but it looked like the ball's around the 27-yard line.
Got Briley, Ussery, and Donaldson in at wide receiver.
So Dixon claps the hands, has the football, going to run the ball with Pryor, and he's not going to get there. He's stacked up at the 25, and he'll lose 2, and the ball will go over on downs.
Yeah, just swarming defense there for Crest.
So Crest will take it, 1st down and 10 from the Burns. Gosh, they marked him all the way back at the 21. He lost 6. So tough sledding for the Burns offense on the first possession. Oh, now they mark it back up there. Thanks, guys. So he lost 2. Did you see what they did?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's all right.
We'll take
Ben,
it.
I guess maybe they're hitting the ball a little early tonight. Forgot where the ball was supposed to be. It's 1st down and 10. Double wide receivers right, 1 to the left. And now we got a new quarterback in, new running back in. It's 32 for Crest. And who is that, Matt?
Maurice Redmond.
So 32 gets the football, and he'll gain, looks like 5 yards. 16's the quarterback. Who's that, Matt?
C.J. Bradley, sophomore.
So Bradley getting a chance to show his skill set as this game is well in hand. 3 minutes and counting. 49-7 Chargers on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. And up the middle again. And good gain there. Got over the 15, down inside the 15 to maybe the 13-yard line. Give him 7 more.
Yeah, that'll move the chains again.
Again, that's 32, and you said that was.
That's
trying to think.
32. That is Maurice Redmond.
Redmond. So Redmond for Crest, and that's another Falston Pharmacy 1st down. And now this
QB
time,
keeper.
And that's
a little misdirection there. His keeper is Bradley.
So Bradley gets.
You get 3 or 4 yards. It looks like there.
See if they're going to give him 5. So he gets a carry, and still it seems like everybody who touches the football gets 5 or 6 yards at least every carry. As the Chargers moving in on another numbers bookkeeping touchdown.
That's Mikey Dover checking in for Burns.
So up the middle again with Redmond, and he's fighting his way, and he's stacked up, and Pyle still moving. And we're going to give him about 4. Be third down and call it, let's see what they call it. I'm going to give him 2 yards. It'll be third down and about 2. If you're just joining us, it's been all Crest. They've had 7 touchdowns on 9 possessions. And snap back. CJ's got it through a little crease, and he'll bang his way, and
touchdown.
He's into the end zone for a touchdown, a 5-yard touchdown run. And it's 55-7 on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard, as it's been all Chargers all night. That's a numbers bookkeeping touchdown for the Chargers.
Yep, closing down under a minute left in this third quarter.
So 4 plays on that drive. Only 25 yards as they had a short field. And Greer still in for the extra point. And it's blocked. And it's blocked. So the on-the-go quick lube extra point is blocked. It remains 56-7 on your 55-7 on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. We'll be right back.
Is your home or business in need of a new roof or gutters? Look no further than Gutter Guys. Gutter Guys provides complete gutter and roofing solutions in our entire area, and even in Columbia, South Carolina. With over 22 years experience, Gutter Guys specializes in metal and shingle roofing, seamless gutters, and copper works. If your roof and gutters need some attention, Gutter Guys is here to help you. No job is too big or too small. So give them a call today at 704-879-4384 for Gutter Guys. Serving the Carolinas since 2003.
All right, there's a view from the sideline camera up top. Got another Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff, and Greer, who this will be his 9th kickoff, and he's put 8 of them in the end zone. So Greer, Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff, drilled, and he just looked back like the center field. Did that get in the end zone? Yeah, better make sure it gets in the end zone.
That was close. I think it just did bounce in.
Yeah, okay. So Burns, turnover on downs, their first possession. So the second possession of the half, as time winds down, and
clock's running now. They may not. I don't guess they have to run a play here.
No, and I don't think they will. So we're going to take the break early. At the end of 3, Crest 55, Burns 7. That's on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. We'll be right back.
It's time to discover Ronaldo Honda in Shelby. Get your best deal at Ronaldo Honda or they'll pay you $1,000. Come in for all the details. They'll even deliver to your home. Plus, Ronaldo Honda gives you the best possible trade dollar. They value your trade. Get an appraisal today. And don't forget about Ronaldo Honda's certified pre-owned vehicles. Find out more at Ronaldo Honda, 4421 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ronaldohonda.com.
Back to school time means cold and flu season is just around the corner. Before it invades your home, see Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville or the Falston Pharmacy for your cold and flu remedies and preventatives. And in Falston, get your Burns, Bulldog, caps, and T-shirts. And check out the grill at Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And use their convenient drive-through windows at both locations. Medical Center Pharmacy, 607 East Academy Street in Cherryville, and the Falston Pharmacy, Highway 18 North in Falston.
So there's a look from the sideline camera as running play and stacked up for another loss. As not sure who carried the football there. You got it, Matt?
Looks like it's Pryor.
So that's Pryor again, 17. And he'll lose another yard. It'll be second down and 11. If you're just joining us, it's really been all Chargers all night, as they have dominated. The only times they have not scored is when they have fumbled twice. Let me go back up top. There we go. 2nd down, 11, as we now do have a running clock, and Crest has got to make a substitution. Not sure why. Might be a fashion police, something wrong with his uniform. So now Crest has got 11 on the field. And Dixon now in a pistol set. I think is that Pryor or Kent?
Pryor out
still
there.
Pryor, and he pulls it out on the read option, and he takes a hard hit. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. So Drew Dixon carries it, but didn't gain anything, and it'll be 3rd down and 11. Tell you what, man, took a shot that time.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's going to have to come out of the game here. His helmet fell
Yeah.
off. Yeah, faked it to Pryor. Almost looked like a little miscommunication there.
It was a read option. Just a little read option there, and they haven't tried that. I tell you what, he's got the speed to do it, and held it in the belly there for a while and thought he had the defender fooled, and then so Burns is going to have to spend a timeout. We'll take him with it. We'll be right back.
DeRisi Power Sports wants to wish the Burns Bulldogs good luck during this year's football season. DeRisi Power Sports is your go-to for ATV and UTV parts, services, and accessories. If your ATV needs service, bring it on in. DeRisi Power Sports is not just for professional ATV riders. If yours is in need of minor service, like a tune-up, oil change, or any other service, bring it on in. DeRisi Power Sports will service it at affordable pricing and expert service. DeRisi Power Sports, 4225 Falston Road, or call 704-638-3512. Go Burns Bulldogs.
Well, it looks like North Lincoln pulling away from West Lincoln. They lead 34-14. Lincoln over Maiden 26-21. That's from my friend John Mostalchik in Lincoln County. So thank you, John, for calling those scores in. Here it's 55-7, all Chargers. 3rd down and 10. And I'm not sure who the quarterback is. Throws it. Man was out there, but it's going to be tipped around and incomplete as they were trying to find Ussery. So that one incomplete.
Like 22, Chris Dawkins took that snap and made that pass at QB for Burns.
So that's going to be another 3 and out, and Burns still does not have a first down in this game, and that's really amazing. No first downs. That just shows you how dominant this Crest defense has been tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they've made a few good plays, but, I thought there was one back last quarter, but it was called back. And like I say, I think this is
a new punter.
That's Dawkins as well,
yeah.
punting.
So pretty good punt. Turns over, ball on the ground, picked up now, and swarmed under there.
I think he touched his knee hit the
must
ground.
have.
That's 27 for Crest. 9 minutes left in this ball game.
So where is the ball? At the 46-yard line. So they're going to start at the Burns 46. So this is where Crest has pretty much been all game long. Like if I look at, the first, they've not started a drive inside their 20, and they've started a number of drives at midfield or inside Burns territory. And Burns trying to get lined up. They were initially on the wrong side of the field. Okay. Now we've got it straightened out. 1st down and 10 Chargers. 8 minutes and about 25 seconds left to go. And it looks like Crest still trying to get lined up.
I think they're having to sub a guy out.
And still it's C.J. Bradley in there, quarterback. And Bradley hands it off, and was that 32 again?
32,
Rudisell,
yep.
or excuse me, Redmond.
Redmond.
So Redmond will get 5 yards. And it seems like every time a Crest player takes the football, they get 5 yards at least. So they've been very dominant in every facet of this game. 2nd down and 5 as Bradley sends a man in motion and a little pop pass there and through a little crease. I'm not sure what number has it, but he's down to the 35.
That's 18.
18.
That's battle.
So 7-yard reception and Falston Pharmacy first down, 3rd one of this half for the Chargers. And they've piled up 18 first downs in this game. So you got to watch those because those goes down to stats as a pass. And then Bradley's got it. And again, it's Redmond through a hole. Another big chunk run. And he'll get 9 before he's pulled down.
Yeah, just taking it right in the middle, trying to turn this clock out.
Yeah, and it's all over but the crying for the Bulldogs.
Like I say, next week, same time, same place, Kings Mountain rolls into town. So be sure to tune in for next week's action.
I think they're coming up a little bit short against Shelby as Redmond has it again. Left side takes on tackler, still fighting. And he'll get to about the 20 for a 6-yard gain and another Falston Pharmacy first down. So Redmond's carried the ball 6 times for 35 yards in this half. And I believe he had the touchdown as well. And so we got a timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll be right back. Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. It's 55-7 Charger.
Is your garage door not operating correctly, or it may be completely broken? If so, call Cleveland County Garage Doors. Cleveland County Garage Doors is family-owned and operated, where you get honest and dependable service. They offer great deals on door-link garage doors, and service calls start at $75. Just call C.J. Waters at Cleveland County Garage Doors for service and installation. Call 704-472-9367. Again, 704-472-9367. And see them on Facebook at CC Garage Doors.
It's the Slingshot Showstopper sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Get up to $3,000 customer cash on remaining 2024 models, plus 15% off accessories. Plus, it's the all-out summer sales event on all Polaris models with up to $4,000 off 2024 models and financing at 0% for up to 60 months. And save big on the Suzuki King Quad ATVs with 0% financing for up to 36 months or $1,600 in customer cash. At Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
So unfortunately for us, we were in a commercial, and then we had a backward pass is picked up. Who picked it up?
That's Eli Morris, ran it back all the way to the 1 yard line.
So Morris,
sorry,
very sorry about that. And
yeah, a little screen pass, and Crest froze, and heads up play Eli Morris will run it all the way back.
Yeah, picks it up and runs it back for a long way, and they'll have it on the tape. Trent Marty's got it. So sorry about that, and just a little late getting out of that commercial, a little faster timeout than I thought. So Burns a chance to get on the board again. Is it still Dixon in a quarterback? What do they have here at quarterback? 22, is it still Dawkins?
It's still Dawkins, yeah.
All right, so Burns takes it from the 1. And then right side into the end zone for a numbers bookkeeping touchdown. That's number 20.
That's Mikey Dover. Full Burns for the touchdown.
So Mikey Dover with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Little inside handoff. Broke a couple tackles and just crossed the line. Good job, Mikey.
And that makes it 13. 55-13 on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. After Morris picks it up. And nobody knew what was going on. It was just a backward pass.
Yeah, Crest froze.
It was a lateral. Yeah, lateral.
Morris and the rest of the Burns guys was the only ones that moved on it.
So are we going? Let's see. We got Sisk in the game for the on-the-go. There comes Sisk.
Here comes Sisk, yep.
So on-the-go quick lube extra point coming up as Sisk's Now trots out there.
It's like Evan Donaldson in the hold.
I think he couldn't find the tee.
I'm not sure what the call on the field is.
Not sure.
Referee stop time. Is it
It's a legal substitution. They're going to back it up 5. So that'll go as a penalty. The first one against Burns in this half, they'll back it up 5 and make it a little bit more challenging.
It must have been before Sis came in. He's got a leg, so maybe it shouldn't affect him too much.
56 is coming off. They probably had 12 on the field.
Yeah.
So Sisk for the on-the-go quick lube extra point after the numbers bookkeeping touchdown. It's up and plenty of leg and right through.
Good.
We'll be right back. 55-14 on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. We'll be right back.
It's the 101st Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Plan now to bring the family out for a big night of fun. Entertainment includes the Majestic Spectacular Thrill Show, Canines in Flight, the High-Flying All-American Frisbee Dogs, the Magic of Lance Gifford, Act Monsters Chainsaw Art, and the Demolition Derby. And Right Off for Rides will be back with over 40 exciting rides. And, of course, the many food vendors, games, livestock, and other attractions. The 101st Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Y'all come. It'll be fun. The name DeRisi is a well-known name in Polkville. Joe DeRisi operates 3 auto-related businesses there, including DeRisi Auto Sales and Service at 4606 Polkville Road. Also, DeRisi Body Shop on West Stagecoach Trail. Whether it's an attractively priced used car or maybe you need a tune-up or body work done, Joe DeRisi is the man. Call 960-295-5000 for the pre-owned car and service shop, or 704-538-9956 for the body shop. Like them on Facebook, too.
All right, so the touchdown run that was by 20, right? Mikey Dover with the touchdown. So congratulations, his first varsity touchdown. 55-14 on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard as we have Jam Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff coming up. I think is that Sisk back in to take it?
It does appear to be, yes.
So Sisk, foot in the ball, pops it up left side and kicks it out of bounds. And that's a penalty, and that'll move the ball up to the 35-yard line. That's just tough when you kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, we did a lot of that last year, that short kick, trying to prevent a run back. Could have put a little bit too far left on that one.
So that goes in the book as a 15-yard penalty because if you kicked it out of the end zone, it's on the 20, but instead you start on the 35-yard line.
And he's good at that, too. He usually puts it right on the money.
Yeah, good directional kick. Minute 30 left to go as Bradley, and looks like Redmond will get it and rumble for about 4. So at least a little something positive there is Morris with a big return.
That's 33. Yeah. That's Antavius Stroud, I think, on the tackle.
So if you would just, we'll see, I think they're going to run one more. All they have to do is run one more play. No, they might. If they snap it here early, they got to run 2. Maybe they're going to let Bradley throw it once just for fun. Nope. Redmond over there, left side, this time pulled down. Maybe a yard.
Big Cameron Rudisell there on the tackle.
Yeah. So Rudisell on the stop, and Coach Lloyd doesn't have to run another play if he doesn't want to, really. They're not going to say anything if he doesn't, and he's going to pull the team off the field, and that's going to do it. So your final score will be Crest 55, Burns 14. The postgame show brought to you by Stamey Funeral Home. We're going to have an offensive player of the game brought to you by Marburger Chevy, a defensive player of the game brought to you by Main Street Hardware. The overall player of the game brought to you by S&R Auto Sales. And the player of the game brought to you by Gutter Guys. Once again, Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. Crest 55, Burns 14. We'll be back. You've watched and listened to a West End Sales broadcast of Burns High School football. We'll be right back.
The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose acclimation over cremation. Acclimation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And acclimation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider acclimation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com, with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Bradley's now is a bucket truck. What does that mean? That means they can now install outdoor signs, even outdoor lighted signs. Talk with them about designing, creating, and installing your new sign. And of course, see them for logo designs, vehicle lettering, banners, magnets, trophies, plaques, acrylics, t-shirts, and more. They are now truly your one-stop shop. Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook too.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Kostner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Kostner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Kostner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today.
Compassion, excellence, and reliability. Those 3 words best describe Bayada Home Health Care, a nonprofit serving Cleveland, Gaston, Lincoln, and Rutherford counties with assistive care services in the comfort of your own home. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they've been doing this since 1975. When it comes time, take the time and call Bayada Home Health Care in Shelby. Call 704-669-4000 or visit them online at bayada.com. Located at 1105 Suite 3 on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
All right, scoreboard's off. Let's see what else we got. Let's go to the artwork. That'll be some of our games this week. Unfortunately for the Bulldogs, they go down 55-13 tonight. As I tell you, the dominant performance from Eli Hamrick. I had him 10 for 14 for 351 yards and 4 touchdowns for the game. And that last, no, still 3. Black didn't catch the touchdown. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
They had to punch it in from a yard out. But just a dominant performance by both sides of the ball. Like I said, 351 passing yards. And rushing yards, they had another 51. They had another 6 yards. Let's see there. Another 51, 57, plus 56. I had them unofficially 213 yards on the ground. So just an overall, just a dominant performance by the Crest Chargers tonight. And then Burns, like I said, in the first half, I mean, they held without a first down in the second half as well. They had a couple possessions. They turned it over on downs and a 3-and-out. But the bright spot was the Eli Morris fumble recovery. Sorry, we just got the very end of that on the broadcast. And then Mikey Day punches it in from 1 yard out. The only other touchdown was a long touchdown run, 71-yard touchdown run. Let me make sure I got that. 70 for Drew Dixon. That was a 71-yard touchdown he had in the first half, but really just a dominant performance by the Chargers tonight.
Yeah, like I say, you got to give them credit. They got a lot of playmakers. Defense is stout. They're going to go a long way this season. So you got to tip your hat to them. We'll learn from this and move along. Like I said, we got Kings Mountain next week. Ought to be another tough game, but I'm sure the guys will put in some hard work this week and try to correct what they can and be ready to play next week.
All right, so that's your brief post-game summary. Again, post-game show brought to you by Stamey Funeral Home. right here in Falston, North Carolina. So let's get into it. The offensive player of the game brought to you by Marburger Chevrolet. And I'd say you'd have to go with Dixon, wouldn't you? I mean, he had the one long touchdown run. Not much else to talk about on offense, Matt.
Pretty much, yeah. Like I say, big run. As a QB sneak, you don't see many QB sneaks going for like that many yardage. Like I say, Crest brought everybody to the box, and he broke that first line of defense and ran it all the way. So great job. You got some breakaway speed there. So something maybe we can utilize that speed some this year.
All right, once again, the offensive player of the game brought to you by Marburger Chevrolet. And tonight that was Drew Dixon. Defensive player of the game brought to you by Main Street Hardware. Well, you had 3 fumble recoveries. You had one by Rudisell, you had one by Davis, and you had one by Morris. But Morris has set up the touchdown. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead with Eli Morris.
Yeah, I saw him on some other action, got some tackles, not sure the exact stats, but played a great game. As expected, we expected big things out of Eli this year, and like I said, as a big play there at the end of the game there.
All right, so your defensive player of the game brought to you by Main Street Hardware. Eli Morris for his big fumble recovery is setting up the Mikey Day touchdown. The play of the game brought to you by Gutter Guys, and I guess I don't know which one do you think, the Morris recovery or the Dixon touchdown?
You could about go co-plays of the game. Like I say, big ones. The Drew Dixon play, I guess, was still a one-score game. That tied a game earlier in the game, so maybe that was more meaningful if you say, but you could go either way with that one.
So those two plays, we'll go one on offense and one on defense. Dixon's 71-yard touchdown and Morris's long fumble recovery will qualify as plays of the game. Once again, plays of the game brought to you by Gutter Guys. And now the overall play of the game brought to you by S&R Auto Sales of Shelby, North Carolina. And I'll say, Max Davis had a hard time on the ground tonight. Just was unable to get that ground game going. But I tell you what, he played hard, had a pass breakup, had a fumble recovery, had a number of tackles on defense, played both sides. So let's give that to Max Davis.
Sounds good to me.
That's an auto sales overall play of the game. And I know that we're stretching a little bit tonight. Burns was really, really dominated by Crest tonight, but just want to kind of recognize some guys that played hard and did what they could to make a difference in that second half. So that's your Stamey Funeral Home post-game show. I want to remind our listeners we'll be right here next week, Ron Green Stadium. Kings Mountain coming to town. Not sure if they came out on top, but my student teacher from Gardner Webb said they were having a bit of a hard time, so I'm not sure how that game came out.
Last we heard they were trailing Shelby. So.
Yeah, last we heard they were trailing, so we'll see. But if you want to know all the scores from around Cleveland County, Lincoln County, Gaston County, Catawba County, all the basically the area here in western North Carolina in which we live, Rutherford County, the Chase, East Rutherford. We got Waggy. We cover East Rutherford every week. So if you want to know, tune into 92.9, 101.5, or catch them on YouTube. And that's the post-game show. So Kevin and the gang will have that post-game show, and they'll be there till 11:45 tonight, bringing you all the scores. So that's why I'm going to get off here and let you go over there and tune in and find out what's going on in your area. So thank you, Matt. Hopefully next week we have a little bit more positive to talk about.
Look forward to it. Same time, same place, same channel. Hope to see y'all there.
All right. Once again, Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. Burns defeated 55-13. Thank you for listening to the Stamey Funeral Home postgame show. And as always, Burns football brought to you by West End Sales. See you next week. Good night.